All right, everybody, welcome to Wrestling with Reality. I am John, and of course, joining me, as always, is my partner, Mr. Richie Reardon, the hungover Rich tonight. What's going on, brother man?
What's up, buddy? Got blasted for the World Series yesterday in more ways than one, and I'm here. I'm barely here, but I'm here.
Hey, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah. Yep,
Did you
30
have fun?
rack of Coors Light definitely did me in for last night. So
Yeah, but did you have a good time at least?
Oh, it was a great time, man. We had a blast, and we barbecued. We had some great food, pulled pork, ribs, all kinds of food, man. It was delicious stuff.
There you go. That's a good night, man. That's a good night. I'm happy to hear you had fun, and it's always good to kick back and relax just a little bit sometimes.
For sure.
All right, let's see who's out here. When you woo, think of your favorite Jew, Rabbi Moses is here.
Rabbi, what's up, buddy?
It's Sunday night. You know what that means. Jesus
There's
is
Jew.
watching. He's always
Oh, no,
watching.
man. Yeah, I always try to get right with Jesus on Sunday, G.
Well, awesome to hear, Jeremy. He's excited about the main event. How long will CM Punk be champ? We'll talk about that in a minute. Good intro music. Yes, thank you. Had to bring back a little old school stinger here, brother.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is a good song. Yeah, Blue Jays should have won. You're right, but they dropped the ball, man. That's what happens in baseball. So
Talk about a fucking letdown that was last night, man.
I thought they were gonna brawl when that batter got hit in the hand.
Yeah.
Thought they were going for blows, man.
Yeah, well, they had a great run. They at least made the World Series, interesting this year. Let's be realistic. If you're a baseball fan or not, nobody should be nobody should be winning a World Series against the Dodgers with that payroll, okay, and that team and that lineup that they got. Like, it's beyond unfair with how they've deferred the money. They realistically have like a $600 million payroll a year, but they just defer the fucking money. Like, I wanted to see them lose so bad, but it just didn't happen again. So, hey, whatever. Hope it's worth it for them. So, W. Rewind says the only reason Punk is champ is because Seth got hurt. Does that really make him the best in the world? Good point from Rewind. Punk is better than Taz. Ooh.
Rabbi coming out swinging, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different team next year. Mets fans can't complain about payroll. Hey, buddy, at least we do it fair, okay?
I got you there, buddy.
We do it fair, though. Our owner doesn't defer that shit out anymore. We don't want no more Bobby Bonilla days and crap, Like
Bobby Bonilla.
You know the Bobby Bonilla day?
No.
every year, because of an old thing from the Mets years ago, from an old contract when they got rid of Bobby Bonilla. So they deferred, like, I don't know, $10 million of his salary out. And so they offered him like a 30-year agreement to pay him $1 million every year for like 30 years, Rich. And every year on this one day, I think it's in June or July, is Bobby Bonilla Day, where we pay the idiot $1.1 million a year just to be worthless. So that's Bobby Bonilla Day. We lost you on camera, Rich. Are you there?
Yeah, man, I was sneezing my ass off. Sorry about that.
You was sneezing, but yeah, that's Bobby Bonilla Day. For those who don't know, you can't begrudge a team for taking advantage of deferments. If it's out there for them, Joey, I get that. I just think it's cheap. I do.
Holy shit, Rewind swinging, man.
How about you bring your silly ass on streaming and debate me, bitch? Come on, Rabbi. Grow some balls and come out here and debate me in person, bitch. Whoa.
Rabbi, you don't want those hands, man. They got lotion all over them.
Bro, they're
you
getting
will slide that yarmulke right off and turn it sideways and shove it up your ass.
Damn, son. He's going off. He's not playing there. He ain't playing. Say Rabbi, his name and he'll appear.
Come on anytime, man.
Rabbi's always welcome to come on. Maybe they could hash it out.
Yeah, maybe they need to.
Yeah,
I feel some sexual tension there.
Is it like Mark Henry, a little sexual chocolate coming out?
I think so. I think Rabbi might be the hand.
He's going to give you the Jewish jackhammer.
Jewish, oh God.
I bet it's not lotion.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the feud that's going to highlight WrestleMania in a couple of years. Rewind versus Rabbi Moses.
Fucking yarmulkes are on the line, baby.
Yarmulke on a pole match.
Yeah. Yep, dreidel on a pole.
Did you watch any of Saturday Night's main event?
I saw the highlights. So, like, with stuff like that, I saw the highlights, and personally, to tell that whole story of CM Punk and everything like that, and to have what happened where he got screwed for the title. I know Seth Rollins was going to be his opponent at Mania, and he was supposed to go over probably, I'm assuming. But to do it on a Saturday Night's main event kind of felt cheap to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about anybody else. I think CM Punk personally deserved a WrestleMania moment for the title in the main event. I'm not saying he's the best in the world or anything like that, but he's had a pretty fucking amazing return. So, there's that. He's grown as a person. He's changed. Yeah, man. I don't like the fact that they did this at a Saturday Night's main event. I don't know about you.
What choice did they have, though? Because with Seth being out and having to relinquish the belt, they didn't want to leave it open for too long. So it was a way for them to capitalize off this agreement, that they have with Peacock still for Saturday Night's main event. And it was a way to get the belt on somebody, in the absence of Seth, because apparently he's going to be out for a very long time. So they had to get the belt on somebody. This was their first chance to do it. So I think they had to do it at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I'm not saying that Jey Uso should have won or anything like that, but what I'm saying is this match shouldn't have took place at all. That's my opinion. I don't think CM Punk should have been in a title match yet. I think he probably should have won the Rumble and been in the main event of Mania. That's my opinion. That's how I would have booked it. I felt that was like, it was a really weird, ridiculous match. There was a lot of a lot of moments where Jey Uso was screwing up moves in the match too.
Punk got pissed.
And Punk got pissed. So I saw the interview with Rikishi. I thought it was ridiculous.
He's a dope bro.
Anything to do with his kids or any type of island guy or anything like that, like, he always gets pissed off if they don't go over.
Listen, the reality of Jey Uso when I see him is, I see a guy that makes money for them with merch, and he's marketable, and he's got a great entrance, and he's got a catch line that people like. But to me, that's all he is, bro. He's a catch line, and he's an entrance.
Yep.
He's not very good on the mic. He's not very good in the ring. I find him to be drab and boring as a champion. I know he's over with the entrance and all that shit. As soon as the entrance is over, they're done with him.
Yeah.
Watch the show last night and you'll see it. As soon as Punk's stuff came out and it was over and Jay's entrance was over and he stopped doing it, people didn't give a shit about him anymore. I mean, it was a pretty good match. It was decent. It wasn't the greatest one I've ever seen or anything like that. But I mean, what option did they have? Who were they going to put it on? I'm going to agree with Rabbi here. I think I've said this on the show. I would have put it on Dom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would have put it on Dom. I know people
I
think
would have put it on Braun Breaker myself, and then had him continue on the feud with Punk. They beat the shit out of him and say, he's got no chance in hell of winning the Rumble. He wins the Rumble, goes against Braun Breaker, gets the moment. That's my opinion. It would have been a good way to kind of give Braun his first title run, and then you could establish him for next year getting his revenge. So that's my opinion.
Brock Lesnar was another guy that it could have been. They could have put the belt on Brock for a little while. And, to me, the next logical step for Braun Breaker, if you're going to take him into the top and have him win, if you're looking to go the route of eventually having Braun as a champ here soon, I would have had Lesnar go over and win this and become the world champion. If I'm going to look at it from that perspective, I would have liked Dirty Dom first, but I think Lesnar would have been a great second. And have him carry the belt and have him put it on him for the next 6 months or 5 months till WrestleMania. WrestleMania comes around, Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker finally gets the title. Paul Heyman fucks him over and along the process and aligns himself and stays with Paul. You got Braun Breaker over as a massive babyface. Easy,
Easy money.
Easy money. Who wouldn't want to see Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar?
I think he's right on this. I think Triple H is kind of done with the part-time champions. You have to prominently show your champion, at least on the show. If he's not going to perform in a match, at least show him on the show. Triple H did that every week when he was champion. He'd be on the show. He'd be in a match. He'd be whatever. They've lost that for some reason, and I don't quite understand why. That your champion is supposed to be the face of your company. So to put it on a part-timer is kind of ridiculous. What's up, Jason?
Jason, what's up, brother? But the thing is, too, if you want to workhorse as a champion, and I'm not just saying this because I love him and we did the show on him a few weeks ago, but if you want to workhorse as a champion, the biggest workhorse right now in all brands, and this is 100% shoot. You could fact check this motherfucker if you wanted to. It's Dominic Mysterio. Week in and week out, he's defending his belt for the IC title. He's wrestling down in AAA. He's doing just insane business for himself down there and just doing phenomenal. I mean, Dom is the workhorse right now. You could have gone into Cena's last match, and we'll talk about Cena's last match stuff in a minute, but you could have gone into it with maybe Dom holding the world title, the Intercontinental title, and the AAA championship. What bigger stakes would you have to go against Cena in this final match?
He could sit there. Yeah, and the promos could be, Dom saying, well, you've never done this before.
Yeah. You've never won the Intercontinental title. It's the only belt you don't have.
How are you the greatest of all time? You haven't had the Intercontinental title. And not only that, hold 3 titles simultaneously.
Yeah. I'm the first ever, before they would have given him the world title, he could have said, I'm the first ever AAA champion and WWE Intercontinental champion at the same time. And I'm kicking everybody's ass. There you go. Yeah,
WWE's kind of turning into boxing with the titles.
Yeah,
it's
watered down.
Too many. Yeah, they watered it down,
and it's on both shows. And when I'm talking about with AEW or WWE programming, it's exactly like that on all shows now. They have just a plethora of championships. Dom's held the belt for I think 196 days now, is what they said. Last night was 195, so tonight will be 196 days. And I'm pretty sure they said he's had 16 title defenses on television in that time frame.
I'm going to say this. I think his in-ring work does need a little bit of fine-tuning.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's not quite there yet. It's kind of the similarity with Jey Uso and the problems we're talking about. Yeah, he's got – he doesn't even really have an entrance. He's just got his extremely charismatic personality, right?
Yeah.
And that carries him very far, and it can. For a guy like Paul Heyman and stuff, but you got to be able to get in the ring and perform with the best of them. And when I think of Dominic Mysterio, he can't go with he can't make there's like if you're going to put him in the ring with John Cena, it's going to look like a bad match, because he's not going to be able to prop Cena up like a AJ Styles or someone like that. His in-ring work is not there yet.
All right, so I disagree for this reason right here. And I'm not saying he's the best technician in the ring, far from it. He's still a work in progress. I think he's very serviceable in the ring for the most part. And I think the thing about his in-ring work that's improved the most is he knows how to use his traits that he has and his strengths that he has to his advantage. And he doesn't work a match that he can't do. He's not going to be working this crazy high spot fest all the time. He's not going to be working a power match. He's not going to be doing any of that shit. He works the style of match that he needs to do. He works a little bit of his dad mixed in there, but mainly when you watch him, you see Eddie Guerrero in him. Yeah. He's Eddie Guerrero style all day long when you watch him. And Eddie's a much better performer in the ring. Absolutely, hands down, no doubt about it. But this kid's only been in this company, on the big time. He had no developmental training, or I think he did a little work with Lance Storm at his wrestling school. But other than that, he got right in there. He's only, been wrestling actively for like 5 or 6 years now, something like that.
I'm not saying he's not doing good. He is.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah, for sure. It's the problem is I just don't think the quality is there yet. And I agree with what Jason's saying. A lot of people don't give a shit about in-ring work, and that's fair. And I don't mean to sound like Jim Cornette, but people like us do care about that because we've been watching for so long. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, Dominic Mysterio, we're talking about him being champion. And I'll be honest with you, when he first started, I would have never dreamed of him even being in that discussion.
We were talking about why the fuck did he have a job? He was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it was when they were making him when they were trying to duplicate Rey Mysterio and make him it was garbage, dude.
Yeah. We've been working together for 7 years off and on but for the better part of 7 years, I would say 5 out of those 7 years, basically, we've been doing stuff together all the time. Yep. We buried Dom in the beginning, as did everybody else. Hey, yo, Devon, get the muffins. Rand's here. We buried his shit in the beginning, especially during COVID, when we were doing some stuff. It was terrible. It was awful. It wasn't good at all.
Right.
Now, look at this kid. He's doing his thing. And Rewind said it right here. He said, even Meltzer said it. He gets pops like Steve Austin in Mexico. He does.
Now, we might want to fact check this, but I heard a rumor that he got a big payment from the Saudi government, actually, Dominic Mysterio.
I did not hear that.
With one of their programs that they have about sponsoring athletes, I heard he got a huge sponsorship.
Good for him if he did.
Yeah, he's making a lot of bread, man.
I mean, we've talked about him so much through the years on through the last couple of years, but the last year he's been a focus on our show so many times because of his in-ring work, improvements.
Eddie is Dom's dad and Jeremy is Rabbi Moses. Facts are facts. That's funny.
Where'd you go, Jeremy? Come on. Where'd you go, Rabbi? It's going to be interesting to see, though, with the pattern that they go. Let's go back to Punk for a second here. So Punk's your champ, but where do they go now with Punk? What's the next feud?
That's the point, man. And eventually, at some point, at some stage, you got to make Punk a heel, right?
I don't think so. I don't think anymore. I don't think
that's
the
his
crowd,
best work is when he's a fucking heel, dude.
I agree with you, but I don't think he's ready to do it again. Maybe let me take that back. Not him, maybe. I don't think they're willing to take that away from him because of the money he makes them with merch and, all the people who love him. He's a very hard figure for people to boo there, I think, because, he's very beloved by the fans and he's very beloved by the wrestling community, no matter what a miserable asshole he's been or how much problems he's caused.
Or how bad he sucked in the UFC.
Yep. It doesn't matter. People don't care. They overlook it, right?
Yep.
So I don't know if they can do it anymore in his career. Of course they can try, but look what happens when you try to get a legend and make them a heel. Look at John Cena, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Look at John Cena, for example. That heel turn was one of the worst ever.
Yeah, and WWE's fucking geniuses in their fucking department of TikTok decided to release a top 10 greatest heel turn of all time, and they put John Cena before your boy Hulk Hogan.
Ridiculous.
Hulk Hogan was the most legendary heel turn of all time. And you're telling me that John Cena's little pipe dream that happened where he was a crybaby bitch and was saying he didn't want people to forget him, that was your greatest heel turn of all time?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Hogan ran with it for years and made just buku cash. They're still making money on the NWO today.
Yeah. I would say we could do a show on that top heel turns of all time. I think we've done that already, but
yeah,
we could revisit that. And I'm telling you that that kind of pissed me off when they did that. I was like,
we could analyze their list if you wanted to, maybe on Wednesday.
Just based on principle, just because it happened recently, that's why you're making it number one. It wasn't a shocking moment or anything like that. They were boosting this thing up and basically serving it on a platter. Hulk Hogan, you had no fucking idea. And to be honest with you, upper management in WCW had no idea. They didn't know if they were going with Sting or if Hogan was even going to do it.
His heel turn, when you look at it this year, isn't even in the top 50 to me because of how bad it played out to me.
Yeah.
The heel turn part of it. I'm not saying his whole finale was that bad. I'm saying the heel turn part of it. They could have made this one up there with the top 5 ones if they would have done it right. If they would have done what they were supposed to do with The Rock, incorporating him in, paying off all those things on the heel turn, which they did nothing to pay any of that off. They didn't explain any of it. They haven't done any of that. It's like they just gave up and said, fuck it. This is just a one-time thing. It was stupid. It didn't work for that reason. If they would have done all that, it could have been up there in the top 5.
And I agreed with Jude on this. If it was Sting, and it wouldn't have been Sting's fault or anything like that. It's just that's not what his character was meant to be. Yeah.
Do you think Austin joining Austin joining with Vince McMahon was second behind Hogan in the NWO?
I'm pretty biased when it comes to that. I mean, yes, I put that as one of the greatest. I would say that's probably number 4 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, buddy.
A lot of people hated on Austin's heel run and stuff. I had to go back and watch it recently.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and watch that heel run of Stone Cold's, there was a lot of genius behavior in that. Like, he was definitely underrated when it came to being a heel. He was funnier than shit. The comedic skits and stuff with Tajiri or any of the Alliance guys or anything like that. Austin knocked that shit out of the park, man.
I think we did a show on it maybe a couple years ago, maybe a year or two ago, and we actually talked about that because people rag on it, and it really wasn't as bad as people think it is when you go back and look at it. Was it the way that people wanted it to be? No, I don't think it was, but I still don't think it was as bad as people play it out to be.
I'll say this: I think that Shane McMahon's heel turn when he was at I think it was Survivor Series, and he flipped Austin off.
Yeah.
That's probably number 3 or 2 for me. And then I would say Eric Bischoff's heel turn as well was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And important,
Mm-hmm. It was awesome. Jason, I don't know if you got hurt last night. I missed the first part of the match I missed the majority of the match, and to be honest with you, I really didn't care to see the match that much, so I'm kind of glad I missed part of it. But I came in at the end.
Jesus Christ, really?
What did you say? I'll get to it in a second. But I came in at the end of it, so I don't know. I didn't see any spots that he might have got hurt at, but maybe there was something in there. I just don't remember seeing it because I literally came in with about 10 minutes left or so. It just I could have given a shit less. It was an audible that the rabbi, just like it's an audible when you pull yourself out and bring Jeremy in.
That's funny.
Do you consider JBL coming out a heel turn when he introduced the character? I mean, the character.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So, are you saying JBL? Like, what are we?
When he came out as the JBL character, is that what you're saying, Jude, for the first time? Like right after? I think it was right after.
That was a pretty legendary one because the JBL character, I don't think anybody really expected to even last or exist very long.
No.
I know when I first saw it, I was like, what is this pile of hot garbage? Like, and then it grew on me, man. I mean, and it turned out to be pretty fucking legendary. JBL, say what you will about him, but he's
the wrestling god.
Business. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's the wrestling freaking god. JBL is the guy's amazing. He's not.
Okay, so we're gonna settle this right now. Jeremy and Rabbi comment at the same time.
If it's not like 5 seconds apart, you know it's there. You know who it is. When he came out as came out as that character, and then he ran with it in the feuds, he had a singles wrestler. Yeah, I don't think it was up there with the biggest ones of all time, too, but I think it did amazing business and it was great work for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're good clickers back and forth. Somebody is.
Somebody's got a tablet and a phone next to him.
Hogan had to be the third guy because if it had not been him, he would have used his creative control to bury the NWO before gain traction. It don't work for me, brother.
Yep.
Other notable things out of Saturday Night's main event before we put on WCW Saturday Night here in a minute. And what the fuck is the point of Rusev coming back? I got to say this first. What was the point of him coming back? All he does is lose. He sucks. He's got no character whatsoever. He's got no reactions from the crowd. He is literally a fucking popcorn fart when he comes in. It's terrible.
Couldn't have said that better, man. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest letdowns and returns for, guys coming back and stuff like that. Like Rusev, with the Rusev Day character, he was one of the hottest things on wrestling, and then they turned it into this hot pile of shit. And it's like, what are you doing with him? What point does he serve in there? And I kind of feel like they've done the same thing with Sheamus,
I think they did it to him a little bit because they needed somebody to take the job for Dominic over and over again because I don't think they want to water down Penta yet. I don't think they want to I don't think they want to water him down in general. I think they're just getting him familiarized with the crowd and they don't want him to take all the losses because if you watch last night's show and that match, other than Dominic just being awesome and Rusev sucking in it, fucking Penta had the coolest outfit on last night, and he's just such an awesome character. I know we've talked about him tons through the show and our love of his work in the ring, and I know how much you love him, and you introduced me to him. We've said that before. This guy's got the fucking coolest entrance, the coolest look. He's got to be making them just truckloads of money and merch, and then that outfit he came out with last night was just fucking awesome. And
did you ever get to see his Joker or Venom?
No.
Oh, dude.
No.
You want to go see some cool shit from Pentagon Jr., go fucking look at that shit. That's crazy stuff. His
saw him
fucking amazing, and he has them custom tailored.
He's awesome. I saw him live years ago before he joined AEW. It was like I think it might have been his last match before he went to AEW actually on the Indies, and he was there with Ray, and they were fucking awesome in general. And I had never seen him in person before, really knew much about his character or anything like that at that point in time. And when he came out, that fucking crowd went nuts. There was about 600-700 people at this indie show, and they were just loving Penta and Ray, of course, too. But he's got that special charisma to him.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix isn't that. He's just a flash in the pan to me. He's one of those guys that does all these high spots. I don't think he has as big of upside as Pentagon Jr. does.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he does either, but I think he's an awesome worker. I think they're gonna do something. People are criticizing it a little bit with him. And I've seen criticisms with Penta because he'll lose and he hasn't won a title yet. I'm like, the dude's been here for under a year now. Let's get him some time. All right. Like
that's my fucking dream match right now. If they do that, dude, the dark entrances alone are going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah. I agree on this, Rand, because it was so predictable last night. Everything was predictable on this show last night. Tiffany Stratton losing, thank God that's over with. I know we're getting Jade. Jade was finally looking like she should look in the ring, just destroying people and being the big bully and the brute. Like, it was good to see that, with Jade.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Charlotte Flair would have her come up and come out there and fucking talk shit about Tiffany Stratton's little relationship going on.
Although her one that apparently they broke up.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty funny.
Dude, is Ludwig Kaiser, is he a baller or what?
Dude.
The new girl apparently that he's with, woo, she's
Yeah.
Tiffy's my Natalia John. I don't blame you. I think Tiffany Stratton sucks.
Yep.
I think she sucks. I really do. I think she's obnoxious. I think her gimmick is obnoxious. She's not a baby face.
Better than Natalia, I'll tell you that.
Everybody's better than Natalia.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody is better than fucking Natty Neidhart. All right. Now, and then we're going to get to WCW Saturday Night right after this, guys. John Cena's final opponent. They finally have brought some information out on his final opponent. So they did a pre-taped interview with him, put it on the show. And, he talked about how this is it for him. He said that if his skills ever, regressed or he couldn't do it physically anymore, that he was never going to embarrass himself or, professional wrestling by doing it. And he knows that he can't do it anymore after this. We've heard that a bunch of times from him. But, he talks about his last opponent and who it's going to be last night. And he announces that there's going to be a 16-man tournament. And the winner of the tournament is going to go on over SmackDown and Raw over the next few weeks before his final match. And that they're going to do a 16-man tournament to determine who is going to be his final match. And it's he said it's going to be people from NXT, from Raw, from SmackDown, and maybe even some people that don't work there. So that last part, got the fucking everybody buzzing and everything like that. What surprises do you think they might actually bring out for John Cena's last match?
I don't know, man, because WWE has a tendency to fumble the ball when it comes to big situations like this where they have so-called surprises. They'll call it a surprise, and then you get a fucking poster for WrestleMania. So my opinion is I hope they deliver. You know what I mean? Like this is too big of a moment in history of wrestling that if you don't deliver here and you don't send him off the right way, it's going to be looked at as one of the biggest misses on not just sending John Cena, one of the GOATs, out, but also capitalizing on building somebody up who could use it. So if you do something like they did with The Undertaker and ending the streak and you make Brock Lesnar do it, it's going to be hot garbage, if you prime it right and you use somebody like a Braun Breaker or you use somebody like Gunther, Dominic Mysterio, that kind of thing. I think the most upside would be Dominic Mysterio. I think that story sells itself and would be epic. Unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to get that. I don't think WWE is ready to invest all in on him. So I'm thinking they're going to tap Gunther to do it,
Yeah. You know what? Tournaments are fun, okay? And I'm sure they're going to bring out some surprises in them, and maybe they're going to bring out some really big names and big surprises that have been rumored. But to me, if you're not going to put somebody young over in this one and you want to make it special, you got to make it huge, and you got to bring back somebody that's huge if you want to do it. And if you're going to do it, why are you going to – they're going to tune in irregardless because it's his final match. They're going to tune in. We all know that. People are going to tune in just to see his last match because I think people believe, and I do, that it is his last match. I'm not saying it's the last time you'll ever see him, but I think it's definitely his last match, and he's not going to do it again.
Dude, I would just, bring Goldberg out there and have Bret Hart referee the match.
Bring back the jackhammer and see if he can take it. I don't think they've ever had a match.
I can call it good.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever had a match or anything. But no, for me, if you're not gonna put a young guy over and somebody that could really benefit from it, and you really want to make this huge, you don't need to advertise it. Why not have a surprise? Why not have his last match? Everybody has to wait it out, and they have to watch the fucking show to get the surprise. And you don't have to let the fans down. There's two big names that are apparently out there right now that you can make it really special, and you can make it something big, and they're big people from his past. And to me, the first one would be Jericho, who's been rumored to sign, but that's not the one I would go with. The other one that I would go with, if it's true that his contract is over, which apparently it is over now, that's the rumors. Why not bring back one of his greatest opponents of all time, Edge?
Yeah.
Edge should be a surprise. Like, imagine that. Nobody knows. Like when Cody Rhodes came back against Seth Rollins and they did the whole surprise thing, people were just waiting for that stuff. People love this surprise. Some people maybe had a little bit of an idea it was going to be Cody. It was pretty, I'm sure 50-50 people thought, but a lot of people probably thought there was no way it's going to happen with the history and Cody going to AEW, but they did. And it was awesome and it was special and it was cool because it was a surprise. You got people out there, if Edge is available, that can come right in and do it. Jericho's out there, they can do it. Make it a surprise and make it fun. Make it memorable. Make people want to tune in to see who it's going to be. I would. Would you?
Yeah, and I would even go further. I know that this person can't do it. Obviously, he's getting knee replacements that he announced. He wished he could be there. It would be Kurt Angle. But I would have a moment where you feature Kurt Angle with John Cena, whether it be a promo, whatever the fuck you want to do. But capitalize on that. Bring Kurt Angle in for a cameo, and have John Cena and him face off. I think that's an important part in John Cena's legacy. That's what made him, So you have that, and you have the Undertaker do a cameo. You have all these different guys do cameos with him. Make it special. I want to see WWE make it special because his last run with the company, to me personally, has been a letdown. Mm-hmm. There's been some good matches. The AJ Styles match, I thought the Randy Orton match was pretty decent for what it was. The CM Punk match was pretty good, but there's been some bad ones too. So I'm hoping that Cena's last match is special and it's with somebody special, and I hope they capitalize on it to build somebody new.
I would have liked to have seen this actually, Jude. I think it would have been a really cool thing, but of course it's not because he's under contract with AEW and he's basically retired from the ring for the most part. But I think it would have been a cool moment if they did, but I don't think WWE ever wants him back in any capacity. I don't think he wants to go back there either in any way. Bull Buchanan there. Yeah, there we go.
Bull Buchanan.
As long as it isn't Joe Henry. Yeah, Joe
I
Henry.
think Joe Henry will be featured, and I think that's one of the guys that they're talking about bringing in.
In the tournament.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit if fucking Joe Henry and John Cena end up going against each other. It wouldn't.
I hope not. Nothing against Joe Henry, but I really don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not for me, brother.
Yeah,
that one doesn't work for me, brother. I think ultimately at the end of the day, though, Richie, I think it's going to be Gunther.
Yep, it'll be Gunther for sure, and rightfully so. Gunther's a workhorse, and I know people like Rewind and stuff like that don't like Gunther, but you got to give the guy his flowers, man. He's done really good. He's gotten some programs over that were pretty stiff to begin with. The one with Goldberg was a hard order to get through to make it look like a solid match, and Gunther really helped Goldberg out in his retirement. So, and he helped all of us too by retiring Bill Goldberg. So thank you, Gunther. We are forever.
Thank you. We're forever fans for that one right there.
Yeah. So Gunther's the man in my opinion, dude.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him, but I would rather see somebody else.
I would love to see Braun Breaker do it. I would love to see Dominic Mysterio, somebody like that. It would be cool to see.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out in a few weeks because we're about 5 weeks away from his retirement. So.
Yeah.
John Cena is going to be hanging it up soon, so we'll see who it's going to be. All right, everybody. So I put out in the chat if you want to join us and watch this. I put out the YouTube link for this episode we're going to watch tonight. And I also put out the StreamYard code if you want to join us on the stream tonight like we did a couple weeks ago. We're going to watch that. We're going to just talk and have a good time. We're not doing any big official, building up and hyping up this thing. This is just a little topic that Richie and I like to do for fun and just shoot the shit with everybody and have a good time. So if you want to come on the stream, the link is right there. You're more than welcome to join us. We just asked a couple of things. We asked that you don't have any audio on in the background so it doesn't muffle it, and just have good connection, have good quality as best as you can, and just try not to have any background stuff on there because it'll distort it. And it gets us flagged sometimes by the YouTube or the Facebook gods if they got some
powers that be.
Yeah, you never know. Usually we can get around it and not have that big of a problem sometimes, but sometimes they get us. So those are the only requirements that I ask if you want to join us, or if you don't want to join us and you just want to watch and hang out, please feel free. But you're more than welcome to stick on with us and come on and have a good time. So We're going to be watching WCW Saturday Night. Jeremy picked this one out. He went to this when he was a young guy. And it's from July 30th, 1994, Richie.
That's pretty cool. That's a good one to go to, I'm sure.
Yeah, old school stuff, man. Let me get the card really fast for you guys. Let me just pull it up. I got it saved here. Give me 1 second. And we'll go over the card for the show tonight. What I love about WCW Saturday Night, Rich, is we all know who's going to win. But it's just fun to watch these jobbers and the storylines that they try to build. Like the jobbers actually work for me on this stuff. What about you? What's your thoughts on that?
So Saturday Night, the shows we've been watching are basically like the premise of NWA Power when it was in the beginning stages. Like you get that cheesy feel and stuff like that. And I enjoy watching these. We had fun last week. Picking on a lot of the shit, and it was cool to watch. So it gives you that blast of nostalgia that you need to enjoy something like that. And I'm enjoying this series. I don't know about you. So yeah, I would like to continue it.
It's a lot of fun, man. These old WCW shows are very, very enjoyable, to me to go back and check out. Once again, here's the card for the show tonight. So kicking it off, it's going to be Stars and Stripes, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, Buff Bagwell, and the Patriot Del Wilkes, taking on a very formidable team of some grizzled veterans, Frankie Lancaster and Fred Avery. Couple of gems, bro.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see Buff on two wheels.
Yeah. Diamond Dallas Page versus Barry Houston is on this.
Absolutely.
Harlem Heat versus Alex Davis and Kenny Kendall.
That's awesome.
Flyin, Brian Pillman. What a name. That's a name we haven't talked about in a
Versus
long
hard
time.
working and twerking Bobby Walker.
No, we don't got any Bobby
Damn it.
Walker on this show though. I'll find a show with him in the future when we next one we do. I'll find a Bobby Walker show.
We have never done a Bobby Walker watch along. We might have to do a compilation.
Which I could do every single one.
Dude, that would break TikTok.
TikTok, YouTube, Kick, every fucking
Aiden Ross would be hitting us up off of that video and being like, "Hey, bro, Ace, you want a deal?" Like, hardworking Bobby Walker, forget about it.
The hardworking Bobby Walker podcasting network.
Yep.
I'm
cool with changing the name to that, dude.
I would be too, man. That would really
hardworking with reality.
That would really reset things and make it rise to the top, so to speak, wouldn't you say?
I'm telling you, dude.
Bobby Walker for 2026 as the co-host. I like that one.
Yeah.
But Brian Pillman's taking on Rip Rogers, the famous trainer, the famous jobber and trainer. But a lot of people love Rip Rogers, and he's taking on Flyin Brian. Lord Steven Regal's taking on Mark Starr. Yep.
Steve Regal.
The Stud Stable, Bunkhouse Buck and Terry Funk taking on Jumpin' Joey Maggs, one of my favorite WCW jobbers of all time. This fat little pork chop, man, he would just get up there.
Little pork chop.
Just what? Do you know Jumpin' Joey Maggs?
No, I don't.
Wait till you see him later. I won't spoil anymore, right?
That's pretty funny.
He was like the WCW version of Barry Horowitz.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
And then we got the natural Dustin Rhodes taking on very grizzled vet Larry Santo.
A grizzled vet.
And then we got Ric Flair and Steve Austin in the main event taking on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the Stinger himself. That would be
that's a pretty good main event for Saturday night.
I like that one. All right, I'm going to bring a couple of guys on who are in the studio. Once again, anybody wants to come on, Rewind, if you want to join us, Rabbi, anybody out there, links are in the chat. And once again, for everybody, when you come on,
Rewind's on fire tonight.
Tons of the jobbers on the card, Rabbi. So are you. Jeremy's jobber, or the other way around. Whoa, he's doubling down on this as Jeremy.
Dude, I think they need to relaunch the Big Valboski gimmick and give it to Rewind.
All right, you want to know why it's not Jeremy? Okay, I can tell you. I can 100%. First off, he gave his word, and Jeremy's a man of his word always. I never could ever picture Jeremy being a guy that doesn't give his word. I'll say that right there. That's number one. Second off is I can see him in the backstage right now as Rabbi's talking and Jeremy's smiling. He has his face on. His hands are nowhere near typing. His eyes are directly on the thing. I'm looking at him right now. I guarantee you.
I think you're Rabbi, John.
How the fuck could I be Rabbi right now at the same time? Okay, how could I be? Listen, I'm like dazed and confused all the time. Do you think I really have the mental comprehension at this point to be running the stream, talking, watching a show, and being Rabbi fucking Moses?
That'd be pretty funny, though.
Not to mention, it would be pretty bad if the blonde-haired, blue-eyed German was portraying a Jewish person. So I'm not going to be that one. Sorry. Rabbi says you're close, Rich.
Huh.
What are you close with? What did I miss?
Huh.
Is it me?
Is it you?
Is it me? My hands are right here, okay? I promise you, spirit fingers. All right, guys. So if you want to watch along with us, click on the WCW Saturday Night link, please.
Rabbi's fucking jigsaw, man. He's like, you want to play a game?
Want to play a fun game?
You're close, Rich.
Next thing you know, tomorrow morning, you think you're going to be waking up for work. You're going to wake up in the fucking back of some deserted warehouse in the middle of downtown Phoenix that nobody will find you.
Did you see my hands? He's trying to act like you know.
Rich will be chained to the boiler room downstairs,
right.
And he'll be, want to play a game?
Yeah.
Want to play a game to see how close? Holy shit, here he goes again.
Man, Rewind's pissed.
He's fucking ready for some business, man. He's ready to. Business is about to pick up between those two.
Be careful. He's going to pull his Barry Horowitz shirt out and fuck somebody else.
That's a badass shirt that he's got a Barry Horowitz shirt.
Badass, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty legendary.
Yes, sir. All right, let's bring the guys on right now. Anybody else, once again, you want to join? I'll put the link out another time. You can see it in the chat. Please feel free if you want to come on and join us. Just have good audio. Nothing on in the background loud, please. We greatly appreciate it. All right, here, put the link out again. All right. Moses, I am not. Jeremy's here. Hello, Jeremy.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, buddy? I know why you like the fucking Horowitz shirt, okay? Like, let's be realistic.
Right.
I know why you like Barry Horowitz's shirt,
Yeah.
Rabbi.
Yeah. Who would have thought that?
Oh, this guy. What's up, Joey?
Joey.
Hey, what's up? How's
Shalom.
it going?
What is up, brother? How you doing? You having a good weekend?
I am. I just got back from a date, so
nice.
How'd it go?
Oh, it went pretty good. I'm texting her right now. So
Cue the punishment bowl.
yes. Well, we're not there yet. So.
We're not at that level, at least, all right?
No, not yet. So
We're not.
That's cool,
We're
man.
not-
Congrats.
That's awesome. Well, I hope it continues on in a good path for you, brother.
yes. So,
Awesome.
hopefully she'll be my Tammy to my Chris Candido.
There you go.
No, not
I
that.
wouldn't want
Well,
that
yeah.
to happen. Bro.
I don't know if you want that one to go with that.
No,
way.
What's up,
That's
Jim?
not a good ending. You don't want to be dying in TNA, Joey. We want you here for a long time, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, awesome.
Dude, does
Dude, what's up,
Rewind
buddy?
need a hug?
I think Rewind needs a hug, man.
He's salty tonight, fellas. He's
Somebody
salty
dust
tonight.
off the yarmulke and get that boy a hug.
Bro, this guy just needs to go have a fucking punishment bowl session and let some aggression out, you know?
He needs to eat some cake off some ass again.
No.
Seriously, he's
Tell him to go
he's
grab
ready.
a Jewish girl. That'll make Rabbi, you know.
Ooh.
ooh, da-dum.
I am not Rabbi. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not Rabbi.
Well, none of us are here because here he goes again. Rewind needs a mouth hug. Oh my God, word, Jesus!
All right.
Woo!
Let's get this show rolling, baby.
Let's get going.
Only if
WCW
it's
Saturday Night. You guys got the link. If Richie got it up, everybody's got
So
it up.
Scott Hall, though.
Yeah. So Scott Hall.
Yeah.
You guys got it all loaded up, ready to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Good to go.
All right. So if you guys want to watch with us, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Starting off with an ad here.
I love this old school entrance, don't you guys?
Oh yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
okay, so the link you have that I have, it just
Yep.
it's just Sting's Titantron.
Oh, did I do that? Okay, sorry guys. I was using that to make the thing. Let me redo it then. All right, here, let me redo it here for you guys. 1 second. Thanks for catching it, Joey.
It's under the YouTube page, Nostalgia Mania. If that helps.
Yeah, I just accidentally didn't. I copied the wrong thing, and I was using earlier when I put Sting's entrance in. There it is, guys. It's right there. It's popping up right now. The actual link for this. It is popping up right now, so you'll see it. Click on that one, and when you guys, I'll give you a timestamp in a minute or two. I'll give you guys time to load it up, and then we'll give a timestamp here. Look at this crew right here: Shivani, Heenan, and Okerlund.
What's your timestamp, John?
All right, timestamp right now for everybody is 1 minute and 15 seconds.
John, I didn't get anything on the Facebook feed.
Okay. Can you guys see the private chat in the studio?
Yeah.
All right, look on the private chat. You'll see on the studio, and it's got that link. If you can't see it on the Facebook, you guys will see it. That's the link right there. All right, so here's one of the personalities in wrestling. And when you guys get loaded up, just let me know, and I'll give you the timestamp. Here's one of the personalities I miss most in wrestling is Bobby the Brain Heenan, guys.
Yeah,
God,
for
what a gem he was.
Yeah.
Bobby the Brain.
I was telling John earlier I was actually at this show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a good memory for me. Me and my dad were there. They actually filmed this in Dalton, Georgia, and this was 2 days before my 10th birthday.
All right. Well, birthday present?
Oh yeah, my dad surprised me with tickets. He picked me up at my grandparents' house. He's like, "Hey, we're going to WCW Saturday Night." And it was like the coolest thing as a kid.
Oh, for sure. I bet.
So when they were doing these interviews, do you remember if you guys saw them in the crowd or were they like taped backstage?
Yeah. No, they had it up front, but they didn't have any audio on the microphones.
Huh.
Where the crowd could hear them.
Look at Bagwell, dude, an Americano.
Hold on, there we go. All right, if you guys need a timestamp again, once again, it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds is where we're at right now. If you guys need a timestamp.
Cool.
Here's a tag team from yesteryear: Marcus Alexander Bagwell and the Patriot as Stars and Stripes. Do you guys remember this tag team?
I do.
Yeah.
Jude, you remember them? Joey?
I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
remember them.
I don't
I don't
remember
know,
Bagwell
Marcus-
being there.
Marcus Bagwell was changing tag team partners like every
Crazy.
week. So
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a tag team gigolo.
yeah.
literally.
Do you remember when he was in that Gigolo's
TV show.
Yeah,
Yep.
the HBO special.
Yeah. So
Didn't he get? Wasn't it something where he got attacked by one of the women's boyfriends after the show? Though on one of the shows, he got attacked, didn't he?
It was something like that. I remember something happened.
Was he really doing it though, or was it just for the TV show?
No, he was doing it. He
Well,
was
God
for
bless
sure doing
him.
yeah, he had a I think he had a profile on it. I think it was like cowboysforangels.com.
it. Yeah.
So I remember on like Conrad Thompson's one of his podcasts, they were talking about it.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I think that's whenever he brought up the whole thing where he got attacked. He
Yeah.
was on a date with one of them, and the boyfriend followed them, and like it got kind of serious at one point, I guess.
Dude, guys, look at this fucking Fred Avery guy right here. What is going on with this dude?
You want to talk about a fat pile of shit?
Seriously, look at his hairy back. That's disgusting.
That almost
Yeah.
looks like Bastion Booger.
Yeah.
It does look like him, huh?
Mhm.
Oh, it's horrendous. He was the best, Rabbi. Bobby was one of a kind, hardworking Bobby Walker. That's for sure.
Yep.
You know, and when this event took place, Hulk Hogan had just joined WCW 3 weeks prior, and then you have Steve Austin in the main event, and they never crossed paths in WCW.
Hogan didn't want to work with him, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
when
because
did-
because
when
that
was
was for
Austin let
somebody
go by
else.
WCW? It was right around this time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he had just took the belt off of Flair 3 weeks ago at Bash at the Beach.
I don't know why they didn't push Stunning Steve Austin higher over there. He was a great heel in WCW.
Yeah, they should have.
His feud with Ricky Steamboat is probably one of my favorites.
It was great. Didn't they have like a series of matches? Like
They did.
Yeah,
They had like 3 or 4 matches together. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you can't have a good match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I don't know what to say
I
for
don't
you.
know what to say
Dude,
for it.
Steamboat was the Shawn Michaels of his time.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
like
I
you go in the
agree.
ring with him, and there wasn't a chance you were gonna have a bad match.
Yeah.
I think Steamboat's top 5 greatest technical workers of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
I
can
think Steamboat
wrestle.
versus AJ Styles would be a great match. Both in the
Oh yeah!
Oh,
Wow, dude, him
Right.
and AJ would tear it down.
And a lot of people disagree with me, but I like his feud with Rick Rude just as much as I do the one with Ric Flair.
Wow.
Mhm.
Did they feud over the international title, the big old belt?
They did. At,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it.
Beach Blast was the first time they
They
wrestled each other.
feuded
for
over
the-
the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Rick Rude was another one, though, man. You get in a ring with Rick Rude, you weren't gonna have a bad match with him.
No.
No, Rick Rude's one of the greatest heels of all time.
His mustache alone is legendary.
Shit, yeah, man. His promos, his look, he was a great worker in the ring. Did anybody probably have a better body than Ravishing Rick Rude in the
No.
ring?
No.
Yeah,
Mr. Paul Orndorff.
I don't think so. Paul was great. I don't think he was Rick Rude level though.
You know, one guy that I think was very underrated with how the type of shape he was in was Razor Ramon Scott.
Oh,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. He had a fucking great look, didn't he?
I have an 8x10 of his that's signed of Diamond Stud. So
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
and he's fucking jacked in that photo. So
I think of all the WWF guys that went over to WCW, I think you could say that Rick Rude probably had the best run of all the WWF guys that went over to WCW.
Yep.
Yeah, I
fair.
agree.
Yeah.
Unpopular
Well, you gotta look at
opinion.
Remember
Go ahead,
whenever
Jim.
Rick Rude came out in the Mall of America, and he was just on a WWE pay-per-view the night before.
mhm.
Yeah.
Rick Rude, to me, I'll say this, and I'm as a huge fan of him. He's one of my all-time favorites. I love Ravishing Rick Rude, but This might not be a popular opinion to some people, but I believe this to be true. I think Rick Rude's WCW run was better than his WWF run.
Oh,
I agree.
yeah, I agree too.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
He was the best heel that WCW had, and it's just a shame that he got hurt because he probably would have been a top baby face.
Yep.
He'd have been a world
They were-
champion.
They
I don't know
were.
if you guys are seeing this feud play out between Rewind and Rabbi, but it's fucking astonishing.
Bro, these two have just anger at one
Ugh.
another. Let me see your body, Rabbi. I bet you're a fucking 400 pounds and live in your mom's fucking basement. Taz had a body like a melted candle. Taz had the best body in wrestling, John. All right, I'll take your word for it then, buddy.
Welcome.
These two are great.
You know, Rick Rude also he's like one of those ones like Arn Anderson. He never aged at all. Like he looked
No.
the same in '89 as he
Right.
did like in '97.
Funny
Art
thing I've
looked the
heard.
same since he was in fucking preschool, dude.
Yeah. Funny thing
Same
about
bald
Rick.
spot and everything.
Funny thing about Rick Rude I've heard through the years is people have said this is that the one person who he fucking hated the most in the business was the Ultimate Warrior, and Ultimate Warrior tried to play that backstage bullshit with him a couple of times, and it didn't work out too well for him.
That's
And
fucking hilarious.
Warrior never fucked with Rick Rude, you know. Rick Rude, I think, was a guy that was unfuckwithable.
I think Rick Rude was one of the, you know, he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, he was the guy where he was in the locker room, and if you had a problem, you know how Taker talks about you had the judges and stuff like that in their locker room.
Yep.
You had the enforcers, and you know they were if somebody pissed around in the locker room, you had a certain number of guys that would go and pull you aside and be like, "Hey, knock your
Knock
shit
that
off."
shit off.
I think he was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that Eric Watts took him down one time, though.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that interview. They had a wrestling like amateur wrestling match, and he took him down a few times in the back, and he was also really good at arm wrestling, and the only person that could beat him in arm wrestling was the Warlord.
Yeah.
So we had
Minnesota state champion.
So I had Eric on the show years ago and did an interview with him, and I actually brought up his stuff with Ravishing Rick Rude on there, and he had told me that Rick was one of the guys that had ripped him a lot, and he could take a lot of shit, but he was one of the ones that was really, if I remember correctly, it was years ago, but I'm pretty positive he said he was one of the guys that was ribbing him a lot in the back, and they didn't get along for that reason because of the cowboy stuff, and that. I'm pretty positive that's kind of how it went with them. I don't think they had a hatred towards one another, but I definitely think that Rick probably gave him some shit and Eric just didn't want to deal with it. I'll say this about Eric too. Eric is one of the nicest guests I've ever had in all the years of doing the show. He's one of the nicest dudes. He's such a good guy, man. And he's a smart dude too. He knows how to make a lot of money, but my God, like, I don't know. I don't think Eric, as great of an athlete as he was taking Ravishing Rick Rude down. I just can't picture it.
Double A wasn't a fan of Eric Watts either.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it, and like I think there's one of the matches where Arn had come back from injury, and like Arn Anderson legitimately beat him with a sleeper hold.
Arn was a
Nick
tough
Buckley.
bastard though too. I would think, wouldn't you guys?
I wouldn't want to mess
Yeah, I
with him.
can
He's
see
got a block
that.
in his pants.
Listen to DDP's fucking entrance here. God, this is awful. Look at him.
God, that's pretty badass.
Is this when he had like the car revving up as his entrance music
Yeah.
at
Yep.
the beginning?
He's coming out wearing a mink coat. Look at his hair color, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Eric Bischoff definitely called it right on that.
Yeah. Too
Less
much that he's
gimmicks.
doing. Yeah. He's doing a little bit of everything that's going on in this one. Look at Barry Houston's mullet, guys. Look at, is that a mullet on him or is just his haircut? No mullet. I thought it was a mullet for a second. Dude, Barry's he's a gem.
Looks like he should be on the Spirit Squad.
Yeah, seriously.
You know,
Kick Kenny out, bring Barry in.
Rick Rude and Arn Anderson were always be like my two favorite heels, and you know there were very few select guys that could say they were managed by Bobby Heenan and Paul Heyman.
Mm.
All right, I got a quick commercial.
God, she was so hot back then.
Kimberly.
Dude, I'm
Yes.
telling you.
Yeah, she's still as beautiful to this day.
Yes.
Yeah, DDP was a lucky man.
Does he look like
You-
a jobber here, or is it just me for DDP?
He does.
Is he wearing sneakers in the ring?
What'd you
Almost
say,
looks
Jude?
like it. You ever see the? Did you guys see the pictures of Trish Stratus for Halloween?
Oh yeah, I sure did.
Yep.
How old is she? Like
Yeah,
she's
she's in her
50s.
50s, isn't she?
She's in her
Yes,
50s.
sir. And she looks better than women in their 20s.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Have y'all seen DDP's new wife? Her name is
Oh.
Paige.
Yeah, they had.
Ironically.
Yeah, they had a picture of her whenever he was in the hospital for his heart attack.
Mm-hmm. I think
Where she was the one who was doing the updates on his page.
Yeah, isn't she the one that's really done like a lot of the therapy with Lex Luger, like hands on?
She is a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
Dude.
DDP gets boop, dude. Facts. He does. Kimberly was in the 40-year-old version. She's the one whose boop fell out during the speed dating scene. Yeah, she had a quick cameo in that.
That's pretty funny.
DDP's like 72 now or something, right?
I think he's up there. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, I think he's in his late 60s. Yeah, I think he's like 68 or 69.
The fucking dude is a specimen, bro. Like,
Well, he was world champion at what, 43?
43.
yeah,
Is
pretty
what it
crazy,
was.
right?
Yeah,
When
first
he-
title run.
When he wrestled MJF, how old was he?
Late, mid to late 60s, probably.
I
Yeah,
think he was like 63 or 64.
yeah, something like that.
Let's see his age. He is 69. You're right, Jude. Late 60s. He's 69 years old. So when he wrestled MJF, he would have been about 65, probably, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Crazy.
Rabbi says he's 172. He was probably going to live that long.
172.
He's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
going to live that long.
He hadn't crafted the diamond cutter as good back then either. This was a weak diamond cutter he had. I may be ahead of y'all guys.
He had only been in the business, working for a few years, and in the wrestling side of it, at least, nobody believed in him.
Doesn't even
Yeah.
have blonde hair yet.
Rewind says DDP is 69 and he could still bend over a rabbi and have his way with him. Damn,
Damn.
they're
Those
going
big
at
fat
it.
words.
Who's the referee there? That's not Nick Patrick, is it? No.
No.
Oh, that's P. Isn't that P? No, that's
What is it? This guy was always in at this time, but I don't know his name.
He looks like he shouldn't be within 300 feet of a school.
That is
Yeah,
Nick
for
Patrick
sure.
right
That's
there.
what I was going to say.
That is Nick Patrick right there, I believe.
That's Nick Patrick?
Yeah, he's just got the mustache here. That's it. My copy's a little blurry here of it, so that's the only
Mine
reason
too.
I'm having. Yeah, this old video that they have is just a little bit blurry, so it's hard to distinguish. But I think that might be Nick Patrick. I could be wrong. No, no.
Somebody just throw a shoe in the fucking ring?
It looks like it. Yeah.
No, that's not Nick. No, maybe it is. I don't know. It's hard to see.
A little
You know who
spoiler-
DDP looks like here? He looks like a pimp-looking version of Hillbilly Jim.
I was going to say he looks like a pimp version of Kevin Nash, but yeah.
He's got the Hillbilly Jim vibes to me here.
A little spoiler on this episode too is when you get to see the
looks like if the
Um,
Godfather and Hillbilly Jim had a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pimping ain't easy, Joey.
Hillbilly Jim was still writing his Hall of Fame speech right here.
Yeah, it's still going on.
Don't go pimping on a country boy.
Yeah.
Guys, Rewind says, I heard Rabbi can't go 1,000 feet from the school, too.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Yes, Kimberly, you are a 10.
Yes, you are. Diamond Dallas Page at this point, he's definitely not a 10 now.
No, that gear is
No.
definitely not a 10.
Looking back, though, it's just so hard to hate the guy. So,
Yeah.
just
Especially
with all-
knowing how his career turned out and
Yeah.
how much nice things he's done for people through the years and what just a salt of the earth human he is. You can overlook this shit.
I
I'll tell you what,
understand
though,
that like
he's
WWE was burying all the WCW talent at the time, but like how they missed the boat with DDP, I'll
They
never
were
fucking
dumb.
understand.
I know, and how can you buy that he would be stalking Undertaker's wife
Seriously.
when he's got
Right.
Kimberly? So
Good old
Don't do
Sarah.
the People's Champ versus the People's Champ from WCW and WWF. Don't do the two People's Champs. Let's put him with the Undertaker and make him a fucking stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smelling her underwear and shit.
Yep. Real smart move. Oh, Gene's got us a scoop, boys. Call. This isn't the number. It's 1-900-909-9900. That's what it always was. But if you want to get the Mean Gene scoop, folks, 1-900-370-3WCW, 99 cents a minute to call this shit. The biggest scam in the world.
That's one person I miss in the wrestling world, dude.
Gene
Gene Okerlund.
God, he was great.
He was phenomenal at Legends House. Him and Pat Patterson.
Dude. There was a heavy moment with fucking Roddy Piper in that
Roddy Piper,
ripped me
because
out.
of the sexual allegations.
Roddy
went at the end of the show, Roddy Piper, when he was saying bye to everybody, it was fucked up.
Yeah, he went into rehab shortly thereafter that. They said he was popping pills pretty good.
Roddy Piper had sexual allegations? Oh, you're talking about Pat Patterson.
Yeah.
Pat Patterson.
Didn't he say Pat Patterson touched him or something when he was a young guy in the business or something like that?
Who said that? That was
It was Piper.
Oh, was it Piper? Okay.
Yeah. Piper said that Pat Patterson had done inappropriate things to him. I can't remember if he said he touched him or something. I don't remember what the details, nor do I want to know. But it's something that he had gone on the record for years saying which was hard for him to be around Pat Patterson for those reasons.
A lot of people said Pat Patterson was a creep.
He looks like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby Orton.
Well, like him, Terry Garvin, and Mel Phillips were known as the Cream Team.
Yeah, they were the Ring Boys stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible. Look at a young Harlem Heat here when you see them when they're just getting started in the business. It's kind of crazy.
Two fruit booties.
Yeah, two fruit booties right here.
So is this in their Kane and Cole days? Or
this is afterwards.
Oh, this is afterwards.
Okay. Yep, this is afterwards. The Kane and Cole stuff didn't last. I think it was like 93, and then they got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
No, not at all.
Well, I remember that they had originally wanted them to come out in chains, like with Colonel Robert Parker.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, that would have looked real good.
They did do it though, Rich.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, they did it. They might have
Could you
done it a
imagine
couple
doing
of times.
that today, dude? They would get canceled so fucking fast.
Oh, buddy.
Hey, this guy in the
ring.
This guy in the blue trunks, does he not look like Barry Windham's brother, Kendall Windham? His name's Kendall Ken or something like that.
Kenny Kendall?
Yeah, he looks like Kendall Windham.
No, I don't think so. Kendall Windham was much taller. He was much, much taller. Oh, here's that axe kick that he does.
Dude, Booker T at this time looked like that dad that went to get the milk and never came back.
Yeah.
Yep. He's on vacation.
Right, with his palm malls and scratchers.
Yeah.
It's a shame Okerlund's book never came out. He started writing it but never finished it. Yeah. That would have been a good read to hear stuff from Gene. Gene's backstage stuff that I've seen through the years, guys, where they get him on the hot takes when shit happens, is just hilarious.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite promos is on this show too, or they show a highlight of it. It's when Dusty asked Dustin to be his tag partner for Clash of Champions.
Oh, when he did the whole or was that the hugging thing?
I just need a hug and a kiss, baby. That's
all I need. Look at Booker's haircut here. It's so amazing to look at him when he was a young guy and having that haircut when he's got those long dreadlocks down to his ass now.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he's cut his hair much over the last 20 years.
He did the Tupac fade there, it looks like, from Juice.
Jeremy, what was center stage like when you went in there?
Well, this was actually filmed in Dalton at the Dalton Trade Center. This building might have held maybe 6,000-7,000 people. I actually had my high school graduation in the same room.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's 6,000 or 7,000 people here, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, Booker just left his own brother hanging.
Why would you do that to your brother, right? Booker said, he said he's a fruit booty. I don't want this motherfucker near me.
Now, funny story about the main event. They had to do a lot of TV editing because during the middle of the match, the power actually went out because there's a battle storm outside,
Oh wow.
and they got the majority of the match in the dark. And like when the power came on, Steamboat had Ric Flair in like a small package, and he was showing everybody Ric Flair's ass. Like he had yanked these trunks down, but they had some kind of like bogus count out or disqualification or whatever. But Sting had called him back to the ring, and they'd done like 10 to 15 more minutes of wrestling, and then they go back and then they do the editing and stuff to get a good ending to the match for TV.
Different times, right?
Dude, pass me a beer, man.
Yeah.
And you guys ever listen to Stevie Ray's podcast?
God no. Who does?
That
I didn't even know he had a
I
podcast.
didn't either.
yeah. He
I didn't know he could read.
I gotta say this. He's one of the most obnoxious dudes in the world on his podcast. He does one with Russo. They call it Black and White. And I've heard a few episodes of it. And it's like about the disparities between, educating one another about cultural issues and things like that. It could be a really interesting show and really good. And it's not because of Russo. It's because of Stevie Ray that it sucks, because Stevie Ray sits there for the entire hour and yells into the fucking microphone just as loud as he can at everybody all the time. And
I'm
then
shocked.
he acts like he was like fucking Tom Brady of wrestling and talks about how all the big celebs know him and everybody. He refers to himself in the third person as Ray Dog. He's obnoxious.
Is he part of the delegation, John?
He might be. He very well might be. He very well might be. He acts like he is like literally like wrestling royalty.
I just want to give you an update real quick. Rewind said Booker T looks like the guy who makes Rabbi do his laundry for him in prison. That's pretty funny.
Kevin Nash at Oakland was like a 5'8" Sean Connery. Oh, look at Rip Rogers' look here, guys. Woo!
That's Timu Ric Flair.
Yeah, is this the Timu Ric Flair? That's a good analogy.
Well, when I first saw this match before they announced his name, I thought it was Tommy Rich.
They've got the same body type, even.
Yeah.
Hey,
and that same fucking golden colored hair, that longer in the back and short hair in the front.
what about the might have been of Brian Pillman though?
Brian Pillman's mullet is tremendous.
Man, what if he wouldn't have got hooked on all those pills and stuff? What could he have been?
Yeah. Do anybody think Brian was a
son.
world champion? Quality? Anybody think Brian could have been world
100%.
champion?
100%. I don't think that the companies could have trusted him though.
Yeah.
I met
What do you
his
think,
son. He wrestled here in town for my friend's promotion here, Imagine Wrestling. He wrestled a couple times. I met him and talked to him a couple times. As much as he looks like and everything with his dad, he always said that he wanted to make his own name other than his dad. That's why he changed his name in NXT. I said, I don't want to go by Pillman. He said, I want to make my own name. But man, seeing him in a ring, like now this is probably 7-8 years ago. Dude, he is a good wrestler. People don't give him the right props that he deserves. He's really good in the ring. He knows
Pillman Jr.?
Yeah, Junior. Yeah, Brian Pillman Jr. Yeah,
Oh,
he
Jesus.
is good, man. He is good in the ring. But he moves like his dad. Like whenever you see him in a ring live, and I mean, we were ringside, but I mean, he moved like his dad, looked like his dad, acted like his dad. I just don't think he's given a chance in NXT to actually showcase his skills. He's a really good wrestler.
I don't think he has the charisma. I think he's a charisma vacuum.
He was good at, like, whenever he was at the show here, he worked the crowd, he did a promo at the beginning of the show, worked the crowd.
I don't think they've allowed him to kind of take the gloves off yet.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, whenever he was at the indie show here for Imagine Wrestling, he was good. I mean, he knew what he was doing.
One of my favorite matches of Brian Pillman Sr. was, y'all remember the match he had with Liger on the first Nitro?
Oh, absolutely.
That was a great match.
Their Super Bowl match is even better.
Oh yeah, when they were wrestling for the IWGP.
It was the lightweight championship.
Yeah,
lightweight
lightweight
champion,
championship, yeah.
Yeah, it was their version of the cruiserweight title. I think Pillman Jr. sucks, dude. That's just me though. That's my opinion. I think he's a charisma vacuum. I think he's gotten much better in the ring, and I don't think he's a bad performer in the ring at all. I just don't see the charisma in him. You know,
I just don't think that they've given him the leash. You know what I mean? I think that they've kind of hemmed him in. I just think that if you gave him a chance, kind of give him an open mic and just to send him out to the ring and go, okay, show us what you can do. I think he would surprise you because he would, like I said, when he was in Altoona here for, I think he wrestled 2 months in a row. And he was good. I mean, he was good. Reminded you of his dad, but he was good. He knew what he was doing.
I think the closest we've seen him get to his dad though on TV is when he had those matches with MJF, and MJF was poking at his dad. You could see his dad he would get angry and stuff.
He's been around for a good while now. He's been wrestling. I had him on the show 7 years ago when he first got started. I think it was about my third or fourth guest I ever had, and he's been around working wrestling now for about maybe 8 to 9 years since he started training. So he's been doing it for a long time now, and he put in the work on the indie scene. So it's not like the guy didn't put the effort in. I'll say that about him.
You think we ever get to see Benoit's kid?
No,
No,
never.
Nope.
Never. And it's sad because the kid didn't do anything.
Right.
If he shows up anywhere, I think it would be with AEW because he's done a lot of his training with FTR.
Is he training at all anymore, though? I know you talked about wanting to do it, but I don't think he ever committed to it or anything.
He showed up in the crowd at AEW about a year ago.
Did they fucking bring him on camera?
Yeah, and FTR
Yeah, they had him on camera.
Had said that said who he was and all this other stuff. But he's been working out with those guys. I mean, if he showed up anywhere, I think that would be the only place.
What did they announce him as?
Is his name Brian Benoit or something like that?
Yeah,
David.
David. Yeah, they announced him as
they
David Benoit.
introduced him as Benoit. Yeah.
I can't believe they'd introduce his last name. I really can't.
He actually has some of his dad's gear. Like he has like the red and black Wolverine trunks and everything.
Yeah, I've
Tony
seen he
Khan
said
is
that.
so tone deaf. I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that.
He'll think people forgot.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's the greatest surprise ever. David Benoit is here.
Another kid I've been following on Facebook here the last couple of weeks was Eddie Guerrero's daughter. She's just signed a contract. She's training with Booker T right now.
Yeah, she's at Booker T's training facility in Texas. Yeah.
She just done a video where she had met JBL at backstage at a show, and he had talked to her about how Eddie would go down to El Paso and buy him these boots for like $160, and he had like 20 pair of boots that Eddie had gave him personally. He said he still cherishes them to this day. But his daughter is putting out vlogs of her journey of becoming a wrestler and stuff. It's pretty cool watch to see.
How old is she?
I think she's probably about Dom's age because she talked about how her and Dom used to hang out together backstage when they were kids and stuff.
She's in her
they're about
early
the same
20s.
age.
Didn't his older daughter Richie? You're the Lucha guy for Lucha Underground. Wasn't her oldest daughter on Lucha Underground?
I believe so. Yeah. Yep.
That
She's
was
the
her
same
name
one that
Shaw?
married.
Yep.
She was the same one that married the guy from the Vaudevillains, Aden English or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys. I remember them. That was one of the worst gimmicks ever. That tag
You know
team.
what's funny is somebody from Lucha Underground just joined Power Slap, Marty the Moth.
Oh, don't talk about the Vaudevillains. Then that fucking video where the guy buries Enzo Amore is going to show up in my YouTube suggestions.
Is that when he knocks out Enzo?
Yeah.
No, where the what's his name? Every time, like it just always shows up in your suggestions. Where what's his name?
Simon Gotch.
Simon
Yeah,
Gotch
Simon
buries
Gotch,
Enzo Amore.
Yeah, he hates him.
Yeah, it just shows up in your suggestions like just randomly. Like if you
I'm
even
gonna be
say,
real with you. I miss Enzo Amore, man.
Oh yeah.
I do too, and it just shows you how stupid Tony Khan is, because there there was a article where Enzo Amore said, "Yeah, I reached out to AEW and they had no interest in bringing me in." So,
And he never got convicted of anything.
Yeah.
But yet
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's
Okay.
back and fucking can go along his PP way. You know?
yeah,
Who's a fan here of Enzo Amore?
Oh, me for sure.
Okay.
I think he's phenomenal on mic.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
horrible in
think-
the ring, but phenomenal
Yeah.
on mic.
Remember when he was the cruiserweight champion?
Yep.
Mhm.
That's when he got sent home.
Run it, and then they stopped using him.
He legitimately made the cruiserweight division too during that time frame interesting, and it was featured every week. He didn't give him a chance to not feature him because, he was so good at what he was doing, especially on the mic and getting people interested in that shitty belt.
His matches with Neville were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
He got hooked up with some shady bitch out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and that's what cost him his career.
Mm. I mean, he's still making money on the outside, though. I'm sure he was doing a lot of indie bookings and things like that.
It ain't WWE money, I'll tell you that.
No,
Oh,
it
God.
definitely isn't going to be.
While we're talking about AEW, what do you guys think about them doing a female blood and guts?
Yeah, why not? Why not? My buddy Daniel's going to the show. He's excited.
It's in Greensboro.
Yeah, he lives in
Okay.
Myrtle, so he's heading down there.
I think they'll actually do blood in the women's match, unlike a WWE War Games match. This is one thing I think AEW gets right with their booking. They do the blood and guts like the old War Games used to be back in the 80s and 90s.
Who's
I give them
involved
that.
in that match?
The women, I don't know everyone involved, but the men's is the conglomeration against the Moxley's crew.
What's the
Man, if you-
conglomeration?
The conglomeration is Orange Cassidy,
Oh, fuck.
Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and the other guy that was with Adam Cole,
How the fuck are you going to put those guys together?
Roddy Strong?
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, Roderick
Oh,
Strong.
what a fucking letdown that is.
Let's grab Bobby Fish real quick, see what he's doing.
He's not doing too well right now. He just put up online
he's not.
recently, that he had some health issues and
Yeah.
he has no insurance and no money.
blood and guts.
Yeah.
You should change the name of it to Body and Odor.
Jesus.
Maybe they'll have an exploding death match.
Yeah. That worked out well the first time, right?
Yeah, press some M80s this time instead of firecrackers.
Yeah, let's instead of getting sparklers this time, let's up the budget a little bit, get some Roman candles and fucking some fucking cherry bombs.
Yeah, I remember I just saw a list online of like the top 10 worst matches in wrestling history, and it made the top 3.
It's got to be the number one worst fucking gimmick match I've ever seen. Even the scaffold matches and shit.
Yeah.
You don't
I think the
Fire-
Punjabi prison
Moon?
match was number 1.
Punjabi prison, I was there live
Yeah,
for
with
that.
Randy Orton and Great Khali. Yeah,
Bro, I'd rather watch
was,
the Punjabi prison match than that fucking exploding ring match that they did with Moxley and whoever it was. That was the shits.
It's him and Kenny Omega.
Who did Moxley take on in that?
Kenny Omega.
yeah, it was
Okay.
Kenny Omega. Yeah.
And then to see fucking Eddie Kingston, that worthless tub of lard, come out and just
God.
lay on him. And then after the sparklers going off, he's acting like he's dead, covering John Moxley's body. What a fuck up.
I think after that, dude, AEW just went in the shitter. Like,
Right there.
Maybe
I think there was a lot of things that made it do it.
I think the last time I watched, like, seriously watched it was Sting's retirement tour. That was it.
Yeah. Who's their champs now? The Hangman's the men's champ, right?
Mercedes
Yeah.
Moné is every champion.
Yeah.
I'm just
She
kidding.
has 12 championships right now.
How
Yeah.
stupid is that?
No, Statlander's the main women's champion. I remember that because she beat Toni Storm recently.
And
And
Monet's probably going to beat her for that title.
she's going to be 15 belts Monet.
Then Bandito and Brody King are the tag champs.
Somebody said online.
And then Kyle
Yeah.
Felcher's the TNT champ.
Yeah. Somebody said here online that Brody King and Bandito are the greatest champions in wrestling right now.
Wow.
Brody
Greatest
King and
tag
who?
team champions.
Bandito.
Bandito. They call themselves Brodito.
Brodito. Yeah.
Brodito.
Yeah.
Yep. That they are the greatest tag team champions right now in wrestling.
Are
don't
they
know about
being
great.
serious?
I don't know about
they're
being
serious.
great, but they are entertaining.
But
I
the
put
greatest,
Hardys over them right now.
I don't know what a bandito is.
Bandito, he's a luchador. He wears the actual bandana on his face as a mask.
As a mask, yeah.
Is it like Aldo Montoya jockstrap level?
No, he's giving us like a desperado from the Old West.
Okay.
He's an entertaining wrestler. I like Bandito a lot.
Is he American or from
He's
Mexico?
from Mexico. He's from
Mexican,
Mexico.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what,
check him
though, I
out.
like Brody King.
Yeah.
I wish Brody King would leave AEW and come over to WWE. I really like him. He's a good wrestler.
You have a
Yeah.
Brody King like vibe to your look though with it. You're just a little
Yeah.
older than he is. Like
Like a Viking.
how tall are you, Jude?
6'2".
Okay. I think he's about 6'6" or 6'7". He's just a little taller version of you, but I can see some Brody King in you for sure.
Oh, yeah. If I had some
I-
black beard instead of the white, yeah.
Yeah. Brody doesn't look like a guy. Brody King doesn't look like a guy people would really want to fuck with. He looks like a type of guy that can hold his own really good.
Yeah. He looks like that guy that you meet in a biker bar that you're like, that's the guy you don't piss with.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about him that I like is I'm not bringing up politics here because we don't do politics on the show, but it's prevalent. It's definitely for this point with Brody King is. So Brody King is a very outspoken against a lot of Trump's policies and the ICE shit and all that stuff and everything. And I'm not getting into what people's opinions are, but usually if you're against that and you're very adamant and you're very outgoing about it, people on the internet tend to fucking pick at you or people try to start with you and all that shit. He openly puts his shit out. People don't say a fucking word to that guy for the most part. Like
I know they done a poll on their social media the other day, and like a lot of the wrestlers are saying that's like the main guy on the roster. You don't want to take a stiff punch from because he'll knock you out.
yeah, he's got that unfuckwithable vibe to me too. For damn that, he's the type of guy that just says what he wants. And he's not disrespectful about it in any way. I'm not saying he is. He came out with a shirt speaking out against it, some of the stuff on one of the pay-per-views, and nobody says a fucking thing to him. He gets away with it.
No, he's what my father-in-law would call a gentle giant, where he's a good down-to-earth person, but if you get on his wrong side, then he gets into that. He clicks into that psycho.
Bro, look at Double A's fucking hair there, right there.
Jesus Christ.
Shave that shit, Arn. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Arn's got the babes in the back here with the Funker and Bunkhouse Buck.
I remember that bash at the beach. That's when he turned on Dustin.
I remember
drinking
like
apple
the
juice?
live version of that bash at the beach where WCW's camera work was so bad they missed Arn Anderson's heel turn.
Arn can't even get up out of the fucking chair.
Yeah.
He's lit.
He's had a few too many fucking champagne glasses or beers, whatever the hell's in there.
I like this interview though. He's like, "You wanted the old Arn Anderson that would slap his grandmother for $1."
Arn always had good one-liners, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
I like this.
He got
Terry,
pissed when they dumped him on.
I like this heel Terry Funk too. Back then, he said something like, he made some kind of joke about Dusty Rhodes. He's like, he was a great. How could you do that to Dustin Rhodes? He was a great wrestler. He said, "Oh yeah, well his daddy was too," or something like that.
He's an egg-sucking dog.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesse was still on commentary at this point. I didn't think Jesse was still here in 94.
Yeah, he left right after Hogan got there.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why, guys.
Wonder why.
Yeah. They were good friends. Jesse hates him.
I don't know. I never liked Jesse Ventura as a color commentator.
Really? I loved him.
Here in the Baja.
Here in the Baja.
I just always thought he was more about putting himself over above the product.
Oh, absolutely.
He
The number
definitely
one
was.
Jesse Ventura is Jesse Ventura.
What'd you say, Jude?
Was he on Saturday Night's main event last night? I don't remember
No,
seeing
he
him.
wasn't.
He's not on anymore.
They took him off because his fucking mouth.
I think it was like 2 Saturday Night's main events ago, he made a comment and about basically insulting the rules of their match and them
Was
not
it
doing
Drew
certain things.
McIntyre?
I think it was Drew. It was Drew or
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, one or the other.
Yeah.
And he would not let it go. And I think Cole was with them or something like that. And they did the best they could to circle him off of that and get him around to something else. And he would just obsess about it. And they said, no more, no thanks.
Yeah.
I thought he was entertaining when they brought him back. That's just me, though.
Are we really surprised?
It's Jesse Ventura. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, guys, take the reins from me. I'm just going to go to the bathroom, okay?
Jesse Ventura is the only guy that fucking pissed off Theo Vaughn on his own show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
John's missing Joey Maggs. I think he's
Yeah.
going into the bathroom to vomit.
Yep, probably.
Theo Vaughn said that was the first time he had done a podcast and couldn't get a word in.
Yep. God, Terry Funk's another one like Arn Anderson. He never fucking ages.
No.
These guys are
Jesus
dressed like the
Christ.
Midnight Express.
I know that's a good pickup there. I was gonna say the same thing. I thought that was Bobby Eaton when he came out. I was like, what the fuck?
I was just going to say that. It looks like Bobby Eaton.
It does.
He moves like him too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know, as good as a wrestler as Bobby Eaton was, he's one of those people who never really heard him do too many interviews. He's always stayed real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think actually the first time I heard him talk was during that War Games match when they zoomed in and he was complaining that Larry hit him with the turnbuckle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of people respected Bobby Eaton. Goldberg was wanting him to end the streak in his hometown.
So
What the fuck? That's a super wedgie. Holy shit. I'd be pissed.
Joey, what kind of War Games match we're going to watch, brother?
I was thinking the 89 from the 89 Great American Bash.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm down for that.
I don't want to give up.
Billy Jim Spawn right there.
How old was Terry Funk in 94?
He was
That's a good
50.
question.
I was going to say, he had to be in his 50s.
Yeah, he was 50.
How old was he when he died?
He was about 70, 71.
Was he 71 or 72 whenever he died? Yeah.
Didn't him and Bray died the same week, did they not? Or the same day?
Yep.
Same week. Week. I think
Same week.
Bray died, and then I think like 3 or 4 days later is whenever Terry Funk died.
There's just something about those old guys that used to play like the tough cowboy in wrestling, like your Terry Funks and your Barry Windhams and the Blackjacks. It's like those were like your real life tough men.
Yeah.
They say I was watching a video with JBL the other day, and they said that freaking Barry Windham would drink like a dinosaur and still wasn't that drunk.
Yeah, I was never a huge Terry Funk fan. I mean, I respected what he did and everything like that. I just never saw what everybody else said about him, you know? But maybe that's because I didn't get to see the golden days.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to go back and watch his empty arena match with Jerry Lawler.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, that's a good match. Yeah.
Terry Funk has some classic matches. But characters like that, though, Barry Windham will always be one of my favorites.
Yeah, Barry Windham's cool.
You mean the Skinner?
Yeah. Or the
Skinner.
Stalker.
Yeah.
He was the original WWE Stalker.
Poor DDP, man.
Yeah.
Poor TDP.
God. Can't believe they fucking did him like that.
Yeah.
You know what's... And think about this, as good as DDP Yoga has changed people's lives now, could you imagine those guys on Shark Tank turning him down when they went to pitch that?
Well, they basically told him, like, what's the special part about your shit that we couldn't replicate? And
Mark
he
Cuban
didn't-
said that was one of the big missed opportunities
Yeah.
for that. But here's the thing. I don't think it would be what it is now if one of those guys grabs hold of it.
Yeah. I've
I
got the
don't
program
think-
somewhere in here. I bought it myself, and it's pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah.
It's helping a lot of people. The dream returns.
Just seal it with a hug and a kiss, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all
Tony's
remember-
fine, man.
I got to say goodnight to the missus here, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rich, do you remember the first time that Dustin and Dusty teamed up at the Royal Rumble back in I think like 1991?
Do I remember that? No.
Yeah, they had their first match together in WWE. It was at the Royal Rumble. They wrestled Ted DiBiase and Virgil.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Virgil,
That's
man, I
pretty
met
cool.
him so many times, and he was so much fun to fuck with.
You met Virgil?
I met him like 4 or 5 times.
Nice.
Like every time I would try to get a picture with him and not have to pay for it. And every time, man, he'd catch me. He'd be like, "Hey, brother, that's $20." I'm like, "I just got a picture with you last time. You only charged me 10." "No, man, $20."
$20.
you had to get that Olive Garden bread, man.
Big Verge.
You do.
He was at a
wrestling.
WrestleCon here in Pittsburgh, and like there was all these old timers there that and they had lines of people. I think there was like the Rock and Roll Express. There, Tito Santana was there. Virgil was there, and it was literally, it's like he showed up with a suitcase full of pictures and a big cardboard sign, and literally put it behind him, set it at a table, put these pictures out, and nobody. I mean,
Virgil, wrestling
nobody.
superstar.
Yep.
Yeah, because somebody had came up to him with the $1 million belt and wanted to get a picture with him with the $1 million belt. Virgil's like, "Man, for me to get a picture with that belt, it's going to be a little bit more, man. I'm going to need 40. And I'm like, what?
What?
Like,
For what?
just because the belt was going to be in the picture, you wanted more money. Like, it was nuts. And no one went to see him then. Because, I mean, he was charging people just to talk to him.
Just to talk to him?
Oh, yeah, there was a guy who was
Give
asking
me
him.
20 if you want to talk to me. I'm Virgil.
Yeah, there was a guy that was asking him questions about, like, whenever DiBiase was bouncing the basketball with the little kid, like, was that scripted? And was asking him different questions. And Virgil literally stopped him. He was like, "Look, man, if you're going to interview me, you're going to have to pay me." And this kid's like, "Just asking you questions, man. Like, I'm not interviewing you." He's like, "Well, it sounds like an interview, man. So if you want to ask anything else, I'm going to have to charge you." Like,
Sure, that would draw some downloads and get you a good return on your investment.
Meat Sauce Mafia, baby.
I saw him at an indie show in Korea, of all places. It was like a USO tour they were doing when I was stationed there. And there was about 6 of these wrestlers. There was this one team. They were like twin guys. They played like 3 different parts in the show under mask. One of them was Doink the Clown. And then the main event was one of these schmoes as Doink the Clown dressed up as him versus Virgil in the main event. Virgil came out. There was about 20 people in this gym that we had on the base that actually gave a fuck. Virgil came out in the most rank-looking old NWO shirt that was just faded as fuck. And Big Verge came out, man, to absolutely nobody knowing who the hell he was.
Jeez.
that's nuts.
Big Verge, the Meat Sauce Mafia.
Still, one of my favorite parts was the fucking Chris Jericho, where he had him in there talking about him. That shit was hilarious in that promo.
I don't know much about farm animals, but I know that he's the GOAT. What's you guys' timestamp at, just so I know?
I'm at 51:21.
51:21? Okay. There we go with you guys. Dusty's giving his promo. Come here, brother. Why do you think these two didn't get along so well? Was it drugs, you think, with Dustin? Was it Dusty being a douchebag? What do you think the main reason they didn't get along was?
I think it was both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, I think it was both.
Have y'all seen the conspiracy theory going around that people are saying that Dustin is really Cody's dad?
I've never seen that.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
Well, that could be debunked real quick. Like
something about how he'd went out on his own and had a kid, and he wasn't mature enough to raise it, so Dustin raised it because Dustin was on drugs and everything. And that's where like
Ridiculous,
Dustin had him
aren't
when he was like 18 or something. But yeah, there's people
I
thinking
believe
that
that, dude.
Dustin might be his dad instead of his brother.
Jeez.
People will fucking say anything, right?
Yeah,
That's some
that's
clickbait
crazy.
if I've heard any.
Yeah, it must have been a slow news day on the Wrestling Observer
Yeah,
website.
WrestleZone.com.
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
it up if you need a good laugh.
All right, I'll definitely have to check that one out later. That's a good one.
That shit belongs on Reddit, dude.
Have y'all ever seen that big list of wrestling conspiracy theories?
No.
Where there's one where some of them are like where like Kevin Von Erich paid a prostitute to break in Chris Von Erich, and Chris Von Erich cried through the whole thing. And
What?
yeah,
What?
Dude.
Jesus.
or Kerry Von Erich threw a saw blade at a cat and decapitated the cat's head.
Oh my
You know, I
God.
can
did
see
hear
that.
one. I did hear that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
Or
that
like
one.
Kevin Sullivan like spent his time like in a nudist colony. So
Jesus, I could see that one too.
Yeah.
Nothing ever strikes me as odd with Kerry Von Erich. The guy was missing his fucking foot, and nobody knew about it for
Nobody
years.
knew about it. He wrestled fine.
Yeah, you
That's
know, I
fucking
mean,
insane.
imagine the pain that dude was in wrestling without a fucking foot. You know, that he lost in a motor, and not to mention he came back like a few months after he lost it too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, thank God AEW wasn't around then. They would have called him Peg Leg Pete. Peg Leg Pete is all elite.
Oh, look at this hug! What a moment!
imagine him and Zach Gowen in a tag team.
Jesus.
Dude.
Shit.
Call
The
him
Misfits.
IHOP.
The Misfits.
the Texas
the Misfits.
Gibnados. Jesus.
Imagine
would've
trying
been
to
a great
put Kerry
tag
Von
team.
Erich in a figure four and then his boot comes
He
off.
rips his boot off.
Or the ankle lock. There's no ankle.
But you know what the best part was? He wrestled Ric Flair after he lost his foot too,
Jesus.
because
That's
they had
a
that
tough
big
thing.
match in the dome in Texas or whatever that they would go to where the Cowboys played. They had that big match where Kerry won the NWA title from him.
Yeah, Kerry break a leg.
Or just lose it, you know?
Have you guys all seen Iron Claw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet, Jeremy? Oh, you gotta check it out. It's a good watch, but it shows you the dysfunction of the fucking Von Erich family, man.
Well, Fritz was just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he just was nuts with all that shit.
You know what is a good fantasy match here, guys? Fritz Von Erich versus Stu Hart in their
Oh
prime.
God.
Dude,
Stu Hart
throw in
would kill
Vern
him.
Gagne in that.
What was that?
Throw in Vern Gagne in that.
Yeah. I mean, a triple threat between those three. Those three are all shooters, too, that could
Yeah.
legitimately fucking stretch you and hurt you.
The grumpiest of the
You
grumpy
ever hear-
bastards.
Yeah.
You ever hear about Vern Gagne, what he did in a nursing home? When
Yeah, he
was
killed
in-
somebody.
Yeah, he
What?
killed a guy.
Yeah, you know
He
that.
did?
Yep. Right before
Yeah.
he died. He killed somebody in the nursing home, but they couldn't charge him because he had dementia.
He had dementia, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
How did he kill him? He strangled him?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he
Yeah.
strangled him to death. I
Sounds
think
about
he was
right.
82 or 83 or something when he did
Yeah,
it.
whenever that happened. Yeah, they said
Yeah.
he suplexed this guy. I guess he suplexed the guy out of the bed and then got in behind him.
Sorry, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then the fucking nurses are in the background yelling, "You still got it."
Yeah, right.
Jesus. Was that wrong to say? I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, it was funny to say.
Yeah,
We're all going to hell anyway.
it is. We're just having a good time. Don't take it personally. Anybody
You
out
won't be
there?
lonely.
Yeah, if you're the politeness police and you're on the wrong show, dude.
We have a
Shut
guy who went,
Hogan up here. I love Hogan. This promo is the worst.
I never liked his stuff with Hart, dude.
No,
Never.
I didn't either.
Jimmy Hart was just with Hogan for a meal ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all.
You got to figure this with Jimmy Hart. He was a heel manager his entire run. He had legendary moments as a heel manager in Memphis with Jerry, all the tag teams and people he managed through the years in WWF. He wasn't a good babyface, manager to me. And pairing him with the biggest babyface of all time, even though they were like really good friends in real life, it just doesn't work to me.
Right.
Look at Ming right there. Jeez. I
Jesus.
forgot about this Isn't this the time frame when Ming takes that wooden chair that is like fucking solid as hell, and they rail him over the head, and he no-sells the whole thing?
Yeah, no sell the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, having it the
He
Clash
did
of
that
Champions.
twice, actually.
And those were the heavy chairs too. Those are the big, thick fucking wood
Yeah,
ones.
Mongo broke one over his head too when he was facing Ming.
And he no-sold that one too.
Yep.
I miss Mongo.
Man.
That's one dude I want to piss with is Ming.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Look at Sherry. Look at her. I love
Did they
Sensation.
ever find out how she died? Speaking of wrestling conspiracies,
Yeah, overdose.
overdose.
Yep. Overdose. She's one of the fucking female goats to me.
Yeah,
Is Sherry.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They said that like
watch some of her wrestling matches.
What was that, Jim?
Watch some of her wrestling matches.
Oh yeah,
She was
absolutely.
good in the ring.
Dude, I've heard on because we're all wrestling fans, we all listen to wrestling podcasts. I've heard on so many of the wrestling podcasts through the years from all the old timers and shit that say about Sherry that Sherry was legitimately tougher than most of the guys in the back, and she was a better worker than almost everybody in the ring. And the reason why she worked against Hogan a lot at this point in time is that Hogan liked her and respected her so much in her work that he trusted her and that she would do a great job and she was believable. And people have said that about Sherry Martel for ages, that she was just a consummate pro in the ring. She was as good as they got, tough as nails, and could go better than almost all the men.
Yep.
I always got to laugh at Steve Austin when he was shooting with Ricky Steamboat because he always had these hilarious sayings on his trunks. They just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
And then he had the Dragon Slayer.
Look at Sting too when you see him with that big, just bleach blonde hair that he's got rolling on, the California Surfer look. God, Sting was just electric at this point in time in his career.
Yeah, he was.
Always was though to me.
They're really pushing this fucking hot garbage fucking phone line here, huh?
Yeah.
I saw a couple of years ago where they said that Sting's turn into the Crow saved his career just as much as Hogan's turn heel for the NWO.
I agree.
Yeah, it was the perfect storm for that time frame.
You could say the same about the Undertaker, really.
Yeah.
The American Badass thing, I don't think is on the level of
He
those.
hated it.
Yeah.
He said the only reason he did it is because Vince asked him to.
I think it helped to me with Undertaker, though, when you mentioned that, Jeremy. I think it helped revitalize his career a little bit because I think he was starting to get a little stale with people. And not all the way, though. Sting was getting super stale with people when he went to the Crow thing. It was that's why I 100% agree. It was one of the best things that happened to him, too, because
But I like Undertaker as Big Evil, too, though. Not just the American Badass, but when he was the heel and was the Big Evil. That was probably one of my favorite versions of the Undertaker.
Old Booger Red, or as Jim Ross called him.
Did you guys see the thing with Devon Dudley saying that Jim Ross was racist to him? And
no,
Yeah, he said that, and they even done an interview with R-Truth, and he said that Jim Ross and dude, it was Brother Love, said that they told R-Truth that wrestling will always be a white man's sport.
Jeez.
And then R-Truth's response was, well, you can put Michael Jordan on a basketball team full of white guys, but he's still Michael Jordan. He said, I could be this company's Michael Jordan.
Do you guys find this hypocritical? Because I'm not wishing anything on Jim Ross. Everybody makes mistakes. We weren't there. There's nothing on video or camera of him being this way. So it's just one person's word against the other. But I find it really ironic that guys like Mark Henry were trying to tell Hulk Hogan he had to go around and do an apology tour to people and, go around and educate it. Nobody would ever forgive Hulk Hogan for his thing. But here's all this stuff coming out about good old JR and people saying that he said very racist things apparently, and there was people to back it up. You know, Devon even named Bully Ray as somebody that was there that could back it up. But nobody's getting on Jim like they do Hulk Hogan. Why is that?
Because he's in
Because
AEW.
it's Hulk
And
Hogan
AEW
and Jim
does
Ross.
not promote.
Yeah. Exactly.
What
But I did.
what'd you say, Jude? I didn't hear what Jude said.
I said because one is Hulk Hogan and the other one is Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I did see a video today where Devon Dudley had said that he'd sat down and talked to Terry before he passed, and said that he ended up finding forgiveness to Terry about everything he'd done, because he thought that he was genuine and saying that he messed up and he wanted that people to forgive him.
Do you guys buy into to the claim Devon made against Jim Ross, or do you think Jim is an innocent man on this? What do you guys think?
I could
don't
see,
know, man.
I could see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
don't-
that stuff's coming out that much longer. I mean, why did you wait so long to fucking say anything? If it, you know what I mean? That's point one. Point two, even if it did happen, who here hasn't told a racial joke or, you know, we're all guilty of that shit. And if you're saying you're not, you're lying. So,
Right. I think Jim Ross probably did say something, you know, racist or derogatory. And I think just because of the day and age that we live in now, that's why it came up.
Yeah.
You know, because 20, even 15 years ago, no one would have said a word. But the way that the world is now, it's going to come out. You know,
here's
and
my
it never-
question. How long until Mark Henry does a video where he's crying about it?
Right. Right.
He ain't gonna. Double standard, man. He won't do it. He won't do it. Always
Just
has
wait.
to be.
It'll come up. Whatever Booker T said about with Hulk Hogan, that'll come up sometime.
Yeah,
You
why
know,
don't we
and-
get on him?
Yeah, why don't
They'll
we get on?
still beat that fucking dead horse. I mean, Hulk Hogan, even in the grave, they'll still fucking talk shit and say, "Oh, he's looking up at us" and all that. It's like,
Just go look at the Facebook comments on our post that I put up on Facebook with the Yeti stuff that I put up the other day. There's at least 5 or 10 comments on just on that. This isn't even including the ones I've seen in the groups when I post them in there that people write. Everybody, when you put something with Hogan up, always has to shit on him. It's just, you'll get 10 or 15 comments where they'll just do it and just come there to shit on you and tell you how much they hate him. Blows me away.
Thing is, you can hate the guy all you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can hate the guy all you want, and it's kind of like what I say with Benoit, and Paul Heyman says the same thing about Benoit. Chris Benoit, top 5 hardest workers, greatest wrestlers of all time. As a wrestler, as a person, shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even Paul Heyman said, as a human being, fuck that guy.
mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with Hogan. Did Hogan say something that he wasn't supposed to? Yeah, he did. Okay, like Richie
So
says,
did Booker
like
T,
I
he
haven't
saved
said
his
something that I
fucking
don't
job.
regret saying.
Yeah.
You know, everybody does. But yeah, I mean, just
It's hypocrisy at its finest.
yeah,
Saved Booker T's job when he said that fucking promo.
Yeah.
You know,
Hogan wins a bat for him with them
Yep.
about it.
yeah, but no one's talking about that though.
Nope.
no, they never will.
You know,
Never will.
Well, plus Hogan's privacy was kind of invaded when he
Yeah.
said that stuff.
Imagine if all of us, everybody listening out there included, somebody's taping us and then takes
Well,
some
it's
footage.
happened to us, dude. It's already. I mean, for
Well,
a good
yeah,
while
but-
it was happening. So
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but if they go into your fucking house, you know, and they're watching over you and
I
they would
think that's
hear the
why
things
she
we
was
would
kicked
say.
out of the will myself.
What was that, Rich?
So I think that's why his daughter was taken out of the will myself.
Could
You
be.
know? I think he blamed
Could
her
be.
for it.
Could be.
I think he just says that he lost money because of it, and that was, you know, that was it.
His legacy will never change after that. You know, they'll never let him forgive that for the rest of it, for the rest of the existence of the name, which will be forever. You know, they'll always talk about that shit.
Well, it's like the same way with everyone always pointing the finger at Vince McMahon, calling him a racist and some of
Yep.
the stuff that he said. But you go look and interviews and stuff, one of his best friends in the back is R-Truth.
Well, let's be realistic though. With Vince, Poopgate is forever going to tarnish
Stain.
Vince's
Yeah, it's
legacy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy did it all and created this business, but all people are ever always going to remember him for is Poopgate, man.
And his bag of toys that he named after his wrestlers.
And Brock
Right.
Lesnar, Andre the Giant, the Big Boss Man, Nails, all of his toys, man.
Out the Undertaker.
I'm gonna give you the tombstone. Oh yes, give it to him.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be.
Oh,
It's
God.
gotta be Kane. Which wrestlers do you think he named his toys?
Mankind.
I guarantee you Taker was one of them.
You think so? The Rock has to be one
The
too.
Rock, Austin.
The Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, he has to have two. Bret Hart, the excellence of execution.
Did you ever hear about Raven having a toy called the Rhino?
No,
No.
not him. No.
Yeah, he had like a dildo that he called the Rhino that he would use on women. So
Nice.
if you look up, like it was a Saturn shoot interview, and he would talk about it. So
Here's the thing with Saturn, though. He's so fucking head.
What'd you say, Jude?
I said with Saturn, he's so fucked in the head, though.
Oh, man.
It's sad to see him now, man.
Drugs fried his ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then some. It's a mix of drugs and CTE that got him for sure.
He's another Shawn Michaels. His eye, every time I see him, goes a little bit further this way.
Yep.
You know,
I have these awful commercials from WWE right now. Finn Balor's doing a commercial for airtech.com. I've never heard of that brand.
dude, Ricky Steamboat was so good.
He sure was.
Like, man,
His chop, man, when he comes off the top and just how he flies. Effortless. Did you guys like Surfer Sting?
Yeah, I liked him better than Crow Sting.
Okay.
oh, I didn't like him better than Crow Sting. I think his work is Crow Sting. Here's the thing with Sting. I think to the casual wrestling fan, he will always be known as Crow Sting.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of his best work he did, the man didn't speak for a year
Mm-hmm.
and was still over. It wasn't even funny. He never said a word.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just think his Surfer stuff was good. I think he was better as that Crow Sting.
Yeah.
I think it was just better. The character, the way he evolved it. You know, who else out there right now do you think in wrestling could go a year without saying anything?
Nobody.
Nobody could do it.
I just thought
Go ahead, Joe.
I just thought he mailed it in though after he became Crow Sting. Like he didn't work as hard. I mean, he really didn't have to because he was so
I was just
over.
going to say he didn't have to.
Yeah, but he just wasn't as entertaining when his matches weren't as entertaining when he was Crow Sting. Plus, when he became like when he was Red and Black Sting, he was a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Red and Black was an awful look on
That was
him.
an awful idea. Well, how could you have their biggest nemesis join the NWO?
Yeah.
I loved his stuff in TNA when he became the Joker.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
When
That's
he became the
so
Joker
underrated
Sting.
for his career. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the look, but I've never seen his work in that time frame.
Oh, you got to watch it, man.
I'll have to check it out.
It is phenomenal.
The
Like,
look
when
was
he
great.
came out and did it. Like he had the paint literally in his pockets. And he was like, well, you want to get wild? We'll get wild. And he starts putting the paint on his face in the Joker. It was phenomenal. Like,
Mhm.
I forget who he was with. I think he was with either Eric Bischoff in the ring or Flair in the ring.
I thought he was
Yeah.
going against Ken Anderson at the time, wasn't
Yeah, but was it Ken Anderson?
he? Yeah.
There must have been Anderson, but Anderson was legitimately afraid
Yeah.
in the ring whenever Sting turned into that Joker character.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I didn't know he was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Was
like, I
Joker
know
Sting a
he-
heel or a babyface?
He's a
It was
baby
more of a
face.
baby face. Yeah.
Or was he a
But-
tweener?
He
He
was
was a
more of a
baby
heel when
face.
he was more of
Yeah.
a heel when he was with the main event mafia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
Yeah.
really think he was a heel with the main event mafia.
Mhm.
No.
He never played up the heel as even in the main event mafia. He was more of a tweener.
hmm
But I will
So-
say this though, comparing Surfer Sting to Crow Sting, I'm a little bit biased because I'm in the WCW Panhandle. I'm right here, an hour and a half from Atlanta.
hmm
Sting was my Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
When I turn on the TV, and the first time I see him, he's wrestling Ric Flair on Clash of Champions for an hour
Mhm.
against WrestleMania. And I'm like, what is this? And like he was a lot of kids around here in this area. He was our first real life superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And you can ask me 100 times in 100 years from now if I lived. One of my favorite matches of all time was when he took the title off of Flair and he had that American flag face paint.
Great American
Mhm.
Bash.
Yes,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
my all-time favorite match.
He was so over then. I'll say this: Crow Sting is my favorite version of him too, but right behind it is it's like 1989 to like 1992 Sting, like his feud with Vader later on, the stuff that he was doing with Flair and the Horsemen, the Great American Bash, finally getting the belt off of Flair. Like, if you guys have never seen that, for anybody watching now, like if you've never checked that out before, do yourself a favor, go watch that era of him too,
The only
because
thing of
he
his
was
that really,
great.
the only thing of his that really didn't make any sense was when he was a Four Horseman.
It did in the
Because-
beginning though.
I mean, yeah, but
Mhm.
when other guys are dressed tailor made and stuff, and then you got him wearing like a cowboy shirt and still got the face paint on, you knew it wasn't gonna last long.
It was like when Evolution booted Orton, kind of. It was kind of how
Yeah.
they built the young guy up. With Sting
Mhm.
at the time, he was a young guy, and they built him up, and then eventually they turned on him, of course,
Yeah.
because they saw he was getting bigger. Evolution, then did the whole same thing, later on, of course, too. The Sting and Horseman blueprint kind of set it for that.
Yeah, but he'll never be as bad as Paul Roma
Fuck Paul
Ooh.
Roma. Oof.
Yeah.
and Kendall Windham.
Oh, I know we talked about Paul, I think, the last time because he was on. Jesus, what a miserable putz.
But I even liked it when they had Sting feuding with Lex Luger back in '92 when they had their match was at Super Brawl. That's another one of my favorites.
Yeah, but that was the height of Lex Luger's drug
It was.
usage, though. Like,
I think they
they
done
weren't
Ron
going to have a good
Simmons.
match because Luger was half lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they done in that same time frame though too. They done Ron Simmons a disjustice because he had like a cup of coffee with the world title. Like
Mhm.
he literally held it 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ron was just designed to be a transitional champ and just to kind of shake it up a little bit.
Yep.
It was a great moment when he won.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember when it happened. It's another one of those things that happened the week of my birthday, and it happened in Marietta, Georgia.
Wasn't it a Clash of the Champions or something?
I think it was a
Or was it a house show?
it was a like a WCW Pro or something, and he had bought his he wrestled better in Marietta is when he won the belt. He won it in August, and then in a '91, and then he dropped the belt to Luger at Howling Havoc that year.
I think it was a house show that he dropped it on, and they ended up playing it on Pro, which
Yeah,
was their
yeah,
Sunday show or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. It
Yeah,
was
he
like
won
one of
it.
those surprise moments. They were trying to get some element of surprise and some steam back into WCW because
And
they wanted to start selling the house shows out more. They were doing so bad on the live gates.
and Ron is he's absolutely right though when he does these interviews talking about how it changed a lot of people's perspective of wrestling in this state. Like he was a hero for a lot of the black community kids in Atlanta and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was a big deal here in Georgia, especially him being a guy from Warren Robins, Georgia, to be the first black heavyweight champion. It was a big deal.
It's crazy to think that even in 1991 or 92 or something, whenever it was that he won the title, that race was still an issue, that we hadn't had an African-American champion at that point in
Oh.
time. How pathetic, when you go and look at that.
And go
Yeah,
back
wrestling was just considered a white
Yeah.
man's sport.
Yeah, well, you
Sad.
can go back and watch the tape of the day he won the belt. looking at the majority of the crowd that was black people, and like I said, it was in Marietta, Georgia. It's right outside of Atlanta. And the joy that came over those people's faces, you'd think he became president of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Simmons said in a couple interviews after he won the title that he was getting death threats.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He was
I
getting
would have
death
liked to
threats
seen
for
them
being
try
a
that
victim.
shit with him.
Oh yeah,
Right.
good luck with that. Well, even my dad, when he told me before when he was a teenager, they were even that way. He went to a show in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they were really bad that way with Soulman Rocky Johnson. Dad said that man got treated so terrible in the South.
Rocky
And like
Johnson,
they would throw beer bottles at him and stuff after the shows.
he had to get, I forget who he was tag teaming with, but they said he had a match. It was either in Georgia or Florida, to where they had to put him in the trunk of a car.
Jeez.
And to get him out of the arena because they were threatening him. Like, I guess it was wherever they were wrestling at the time. I actually think it was in Georgia. There was a clan meeting there the same week or same weekend or whatever it was. They were wrestling there. And they had to put him in the trunk of a car. They said they backed the car up to a dock. Yeah, they said they backed the car up to a dock, threw him in the trunk with his tag team partner. I forget who his tag team partner was, and had to get him out of the arena and out of the city in the trunk of a car.
Wasn't it Tony Ellis?
Yeah,
I think it was Tony Ellis. Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because you have pretty much the same area. You have your first ever black tag team champions, your first black world champion, and they open doors for others like your Doom, Harlem Heat, and all these others. And it's just it's terrible that those things happen to those people. But look at the courage it took for them to do it. You know, to say, hey, I'll take up that mantle and I'll put my face out there.
Rewind says Cody Rhodes makes his student watch that Sting versus Flair Great American Bash match and Brett versus Mr. Perfect. Two great matches if you're going to have people study, wrestling and how to make a match work. Those two ones are right there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a good match between these guys.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the crowd was crazy that night.
The babes are in the front row there. They're happy to be cheering for Ricky the Dragon. Fucking Bobby Heenan's commentary is just the best.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was watching that WrestleMania 7 clip I sent some of you guys earlier from the match with him and Warrior. Bobby Heenan and Gorilla at the end of that, narrating the reunion of Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man. It's just the best. And Bobby just clowning on him for making up, and the romance of it just showed how damn good he was.
Mm-hmm.
Another story about this vineyard that they're at. When this trade center first opened, WWF actually was the first wrestling that they brought to this trade center. And it was a few months after Jacob put the Cobra on Macho Man. They had a cage match, and it was the old blue cage. And he had tied Macho up in the ropes again, was going to put the Cobra on him again. And Piper came down to open the door, and then Jake picked up the Cobra and turned towards Piper. Piper fell backwards out of the cage and fell off the steps, about broke his neck because he was so scared of snakes in real life.
I would be too.
The story of whenever he put the Cobra on Macho Man, the story that Jake tells about that, they were in the locker room, is hilarious.
Oh yeah. He wanted to bite him on the ankle.
Yeah, well,
let it bite you.
Yeah, let that Cobra bite you. I'm going to see what happens to you. And Jake was like, okay, fine, and bit him, and then he said he let the Cobra bite him, and he let go. Like the Cobra had bit him and then let go. And he said Macho Man was just like,
glued to that shit.
He's like, I'm telling you, man, he's devenomized. Well, then I guess after that happened, Jake is like, I was pissed off that Macho made the Cobra bite me. He said so he had the Cobra out and was smacking the Cobra on the back of the head to
Just
piss
to piss him off.
Yeah. So whenever they got in the ring and he pulled the Cobra out, he said, this Cobra was madder than a fucking wet hen. He said that Cobra was pissed. He said, so whenever the Cobra actually bit on Macho, he couldn't get the Cobra to release. He said that's why whenever he was shaking the Cobra's head, he said, I'm shaking the Cobra. He's like, people thought I was shaking the Cobra for like effect. He's like, no. He was like, I was trying to get the Cobra to release off of him. He said, and he wouldn't release. He's like, that Cobra bit on Macho for a good 3 to 4 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that must have hurt with those fangs sinking into him like that.
Cobra still had its fangs, didn't have its venom. But
even if it was non-venomous here, let me ask you guys this question. We know it's non-venomous, okay? I'll throw this out there first. How many of you would go to pick up a Cobra just by itself, even if you knew it was non-venomous? Richie, would you do it?
I live by a phrase, no step on snake.
Yeah. Jeremy?
No, absolutely not.
Jude?
No, I got bit by a ball python that I used to have as a pet. And no.
Yeah. Joey?
Fuck no. I would.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no is right. I don't give a shit. There ain't nothing you can do to get me to pick up a fucking Cobra.
Rewind's probably dressed his dick up in a photo like a python.
He's the one that gave Santino the name for his finisher move, the Cobra.
The Cobra.
Rewind's Cobra is just a different one than Santino's.
Yeah, that same night, that was the first time
One-eyed Cobra and it spits.
Jesus.
I didn't even get Cobra action figures.
Look at Austin's trunks. Just win, baby.
That same night that they had that cage match, that's the first time I had seen the Undertaker in person. And this is like when it just came to the WWF, and I had ringside seats, and he was wrestling Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I reached out to touch the Undertaker. Me and my cousin did, and he turned real quick and like done that. Eyes rolled in the back of his head with the hat on, and me and my cousin, we were like 7, 8 years old, and we ran for the hills.
I got my head licked by the Bushwhackers when I was a kid. I've never been the same.
Fucking gross.
It was awful. I didn't even ask for it. I never looked at the Bushwhackers.
I don't think anybody ever did ask for it.
No.
To be fair.
Fucking imagine if your gimmick was walking out licking people.
I guess you got to respect the hustle, right?
Seriously.
One of the last last wrestling shows they'd done here in this town was the ECW show.
Oh, shit.
My
Damn,
friends,
he just dropped fucking Sherry.
Rewind's got a question for you, Richie.
Do you want a copy of that dick pic? I'm solid on that, brother. I appreciate it.
Jesus.
Rabbi asked, though.
Rabbi disappeared. He's been quiet. He chickened
Rabbi
out from
probably
the
puts
fight.
yarmulkes on his dick pics.
Yeah. I can see it.
Probably named it Dreidel.
Rewind brought the heat to him, and he backed away and left.
yeah, he did.
He went into hiding, huh, Jeremy?
Hey, it's not me. But
Moses, I am not.
Moses, I am not.
Going back to that ECW show, my friends Raymond and Richard, they're twin brothers. Mike Awesome threw Spike Dudley into the crowd, and they caught Spike Dudley.
That must have hurt.
Yeah,
Slinging a 160-pound guy, right?
Yeah,
Mike
we
would
were in high
launch him
school.
too. Mike would he had a field day with Spike Dudley just launching him around.
But the last wrestling show they done there was a TNA show. The main event that night was Beer Money and AJ Styles against Kurt Angle, Booker T, and Scott Steiner.
Did you guys see the replay of Sherry dropping right on her face there?
Yeah, she fell right on her face.
Fuck. Flair didn't catch her, and she just dropped face first. Ow.
She took it like a champ, though.
Yeah.
She sure as hell did. Well, God bless her. Well, it was a fun show, guys. I enjoyed that thoroughly tonight. It was fun hanging out with everybody. We really appreciate you guys coming on. Good pick, Jeremy. And we will see you guys on Wednesday, okay?
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. We'll see you then. Great pick, man. Lots of fun. Thanks, guys. Good pick there tonight, Richie. I had a lot of fun. What about you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the series, man. We're watching the cheesier shit. I'd like to go back and watch Sunday Night Heat. I think
Sure.
that would be a cool one too. You'd watch some random Sunday Night Heats and
Yeah.
just kind of watch some random shit that probably not everybody's seen before, you know.
Yeah, let's do the next time we do one of these in a week or so, a week or two, whenever the next time will be. Let's go for a Sunday Night Heat for one of these episodes.
Yeah, we'll do a Sunday Night Heat, and then I was gonna pitch this to you privately, but we go back and watch the beginning of NWA Power.
Sure, I'm down for that. We could do a power
That'd be
series.
fun.
Maybe you want to do it on Wednesday?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's go back. We'll go back from the beginning, and then we'll sprinkle them in every month or so.
We'll relive the question mark. God
Yeah,
rest
let's
his
go
soul.
back and do that. I like that. That'll be our topic this week. Relive in NWA Power.
Yeah, the beginning ones.
Yeah, we'll go back and watch episode 1. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. No, I like this style and you guys tell us if you don't like this style as well, or if you like this or you don't. But for watch-alongs, I like bringing everybody on where we just shoot the shit and we do the watch-along because, it gets kind of boring with just watching the show without getting other conversation and stuff from people. So I think it makes it a watch along a lot more fun to have a lot of people come on and just shoot the shit.
Joey did pick a great war game match. I can't remember which one he said, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the 89. It's the 89 one, I believe he's got. We're gonna do that not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that, we're gonna do that one. So yep, that's the topic we're gonna do in 2 weeks from this Wednesday. So any closing thoughts before we shut her down for the night?
I appreciate you guys coming out again and making this fun and entertaining. We like coming and doing this every week, and hopefully you're enjoying the content. So we'll see you down the road, man.
No doubt about it. Great time tonight, guys. We hope you enjoyed the impromptu show. We always have a little fun when we can come on here and shoot the shit. Just have a good time with everybody. So come back Wednesday. We'll go back and relive a little NWA Power from episode 1, and we'll have some fun shooting the shit and go from there. Sound good?
Absolutely, man.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great rest of the night. Make sure you like and follow the channel, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Give this video a big thumbs up right now. We'd greatly appreciate that. It helps out. And spread the word. We'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Have a great start to your week. And you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for watching Wrestling with Reality.